This is our final Week 12 NFL Pick Show. Can't wait to get into this. You can't wait to hear what Tom has in store for us because he's having a great season on his own personal card in the Super Contest. So we're going to discuss everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Before we do, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description for the merch store. I'm wearing our famous Pedo Pete t-shirts. If you want to order this shirt, you can go to the merch store. Like I said, the link is in the description. And right here it is. It's 20% off right now. Everything's 20% off at the merch store. You could change the colors of the shirts. You can get long sleeve, you can get hoodie, women's tank top, infant onesie. You can get our mugs. We have our famous apron and baseball cap. We have more coming as well, probably after the season ends. But still, you can go to Amazon, buy my books. The most recent ones are Jerks of the College Years, where I made fun of people at Penn State. So that was a lot of fun to write. I think you guys have a lot of fun reading it. And then a Safety and a Field Goal, which is a top 5 topic book about the NFL, mostly serious stuff, like the biggest draft busts of all time and whatnot, but some funny stuff too. So I think you guys will like this as well. And also please consider super chats and super stickers. That's the best way to support the show. Kevin Kovacs giving us like $50 worth of super chats and super stickers this week and like $100 worth last week. So thank you, Kevin, so much for keeping the show afloat and keeping us going here. And also thank you to Slew and some others as well for your other super chat, super stickers. Really, I can't say enough how much we appreciate you guys. All right, we're joined by Tom, Quacky T. Tom, how are you? How was your week 11?
Walter, here we are again. Hello to you and hello to everyone out there in the Walter football family. How's it going, Parrots? Yeah, hey, I mean, I called my upset last week was I said the Titans. They didn't win outright, but they did cover. I had them on my personal card. So I feel like I get partial credit. I've been pretty good at reading the weaker teams of the league this year. So I'm excited. As I was telling you last night, my individual super contest card is 36-20 after with the one win this week being against being the Texans last night. I had them at +6. I'm feeling pretty good. I feel locked in. I've had I've had some pretty good calls this year, so I'm excited to be in position. I'm going to ride the wave as long as I can because, like I was telling you in the green room, I'm 1-0 for the week, but I could finish 1-4, and I'll be singing a completely different tune by Monday. So let's just enjoy it while we can, huh? But
that's true. But you can't be 0-5, so we know that
true.
already.
That's true. I've never had an 0-5 week. I never had. I had an 0. We had you and I on our card a couple years ago. I had an 0-4 week. But
yeah. 0-5 is brutal. It feels so bad. You're like, why am I even doing this? You feel like the biggest failure ever.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to think. The first year that we did the Westgate, did we have a 1-4? We maybe we had a 1-4 week, but we started out 17-3. I remember that, and then we kind of cooled off.
Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, we had an awesome start to our whatever season that was. Was it 2022?
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah. So if only we maintain that.
I know, right? I know. We looked like we were going to run away with it at first, but that's how it goes. And that was an interesting year too, because that was the year that I started doing when I used to do the daily sports picks. For those who didn't know, I used to do like these minute-long videos where I would do like one single bet every single day, and I think I was up like 45 units just on the daily picks. It was. I remember when I first started out, because it was in the middle. It was Stanley Cup Finals was still going on. It was the end of the Stanley Cup Finals, and then baseball after that. So I was just doing baseball, and a couple. My first pick was a Stanley Cup Finals game. But I started out 21-5 on the daily picks. And I was like, because I remember thinking when I was doing that, I've since deleted TikTok, but when I had my TikTok presence, I was like, I'm going to delete this app in like, probably a week. Like, what if I start out and like the picks are terrible? Like, no one's going to watch this. But I was like, I got to start out hot, and I couldn't have asked for a better start with a 21-5. I think was what I got to, just making one pick a day. So yeah, I don't even know how did I get on this tangent now.
Because that was the year that we started 17th
Oh, right,
grade.
right. Yeah, and I just feel like we were really honed into everything. We had some good calls. So
We did, and a good call I had was TikTok was going to be kaput, and so you should move somewhere else. Uh,
I never liked I never actually scroll when I first got the app. I did scroll on the FYP, but after that, like I just used it to like stream video games later
mm.
because like really people would be like, "What's on your FYP?" And I tell them, "I don't know." Like I never scrolled like the which I know that's what like everyone does on there, but I don't know. I was never interested in doing it. I just used it like as a streaming platform. Plus, I had the most followers there, so.
Yeah. I mean, you were on fire. Like I mean, you say 21-5, but you were not taking like minus 180s. You were taking like underdogs or like very small favorites the entire time.
Oh, that's right. That is true. That is true. I
Yeah.
barely ever took a favorite, especially in baseball.
I think you took like one big favorite once, and that was it. Like every other time was underdog or a small favorite.
Yeah, it was a cool experience for what it was. I thought about doing it again, but I think it ran its course. I did it for like a year and a half, 2 years. It was fun while it lasted. I had like a neat little, a small little community, and it's definitely the reason I got on the show here too. Because back then, like you had me on the show a couple times before, like it's just like I'm just like a dude. But at least you could be like, oh, this is Quacky T. Like he has the daily sports picks, and like they were good. So
Oh, why'd you stop though?
it just started to become a drag, like especially during like baseball season and stuff. It's like I don't know. I kind of like doing like the one pick a day. I worked another job. I didn't like I couldn't like look at like sports betting all day, and people would just DM you all the time, like, "What do you think of this game? This game? This game? This game? And this game?" And I'm over here thinking like I'm like struggling to come up with one pick today in the middle of the middle of the baseball season.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I did. I don't know if I ever told you this. Do you know I actually like sold my picks? If you can believe that?
I
In a
thought you
way,
set up.
we had to pay for Discord.
Yeah. I remember you
Yeah.
saying the pay for Discord. Yeah. Yeah. You had a big following there, I believe.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I had a decent follow. It wasn't much, but that is so. Sometimes I forget about that. Like people paid me money for my sports advice. That's freaking crazy, man. That's freaking crazy. It's like
well, I mean,
it's
21-5 will do that.
yeah. I guess that's true. But no, I mean I had a cool little community, but it was just like you had to be like on nonstop, and I'm not like
I
the
know. Believe
yeah,
me, I know.
let me tell you about it. But and I built like a cool little community too. But it just grew to be too much. Like there's just like people are like, oh, like I just didn't have the time to get into like every angle of every bit. Sometimes I wish I would have just put in more effort to do it, but I don't know. I'm as most of you know when you watch the show, like when you the experts are on the nights before me with Andy and Evan. I have a different, most of the regular viewers know this is a different type of show that we have when I'm on. But I play off feel, so
Yeah.
I think that's the other thing. Like I couldn't always come up with like sound analysis all the time, maybe for like a game that I really liked. It's like, okay, like I have a feeling like I really like this spot for them, but that's all I have to tell them, so it was tough. So like sometimes I would pick things and it's like, I like kind of talked myself into liking, and it made me feel phony too. I don't know. But I still
Well,
can't believe people paid me for picks for a little bit. So
I mean, yeah, I mean, you were on fire, and like, look, you're 36 and 20 so far this year. Like, you have a better record than anyone who's been on the show. So,
yeah,
uh,
but
mhm.
but like I feel like I'm like the the quote unquote pundit that like everyone hates. It's like because I definitely like compared to like you guys know the X's and O's so well. And not that I don't, but it like far more in depth. Like you keep track of this stuff much more closely, or on a much more regular basis. So I don't know. Like sometimes you're in tune. Like the last two seasons, I really didn't feel like locked in, and I think the card that we did have kind of reflected that. But like I don't know, I feel different this year. This is the most fun I've had watching football in some time. So
Oh, glad to hear it because
yeah.
last year you were felt like you were just disgruntled with the NFL. It felt like
Yeah. Oh, really? I was.
yeah.
But I was even telling my buddy Lou, I was like, I'm really like having a good time, like watching football again this year. And he was like, I'm so glad to hear that. It's like, because he's like the last two seasons, like you weren't feeling it. I
Hmm.
think because I was streaming video games and I was like kind of focused on that in a sense, but I don't know. I have like a good routine like for my prep each week. It's not like, I mean, I do a decent amount of prep, nothing like you, but um, I don't know. We'll just ride the wave as long as we can, man. But I'm just telling myself I think like if I got down to because I'm tied for 22nd right now, um, and I believe there's got to be over 6,000 entries because it's a $15 buy and it's $100,000 pot.
Wow.
So that's I'll have to look how many entries there are exactly, but um, I don't know. I think like if I get down to like week 17 and 18, I don't know if I'm going to share my picks with anyone because then they're going to be like, "Oh, why did you? I can't believe you were that close and you didn't take the Bears, man." Like everyone's got. I don't want anyone second guessing my pick, so I might not. Maybe I'll just keep it to myself. I don't know. I mean, or I could go 1-4 the rest of
Mm,
this week and be singing a completely different tune, like I said, on Monday. But
yeah.
it's just like I guess I'm just gonna ride the wave. I've just told myself, hey, like I've had like these certain like gut feelings, like it's almost like a physical feeling sometimes, like with some of these bad teams that I've taken, like this, like the Saints have come through for me, like on several occasions, or like the Giants or the Titans I had last week, the Browns. Remember, I picked the Browns over the Packers. I feel like every week I've kind of had like an upset special or an underdog special, whatever you want to call it, and it's so I'm just telling myself, don't second guess, just stick with what's gotten you here. If it fails you down the line, at least you stuck with what you knew was working. So I'm gonna and there's a game that I'm feeling that way about today, and it might make at least one of my cards. So I'm anxious to get into it with you, Walt.
All right. Well, let's do it. So to be clear, you said you feel that way as an feel about an underdog that way, like like last week and the past few weeks, or is it in general this game?
You mean like in general, like going into like, do I feel that way about the entire week, or just like
No, no,
about
no,
the
no,
game?
no, no. I meant like you said you feel this way about a game this week that might be on the card. Are you referring to an underdog that could pull the upset?
Oh yeah, yeah. They're not a
Okay.
huge underdog though,
Okay. All
but
right.
um,
All right. Fair enough. Okay.
so
All right. Well, yeah. Let's get into it. So,
okay.
would you like to go first? Because I've been talking all week, and people probably sick of
Okay.
hearing me talk.
Well, okay. Well, let's without further ado, I'll just get right into the game I'm talking about. I kind of like the Cardinals here, man.
Oh yeah, I
You
love it.
know, you know. Here's the thing. Everyone's gonna kind of remember, like, okay, they got freaking mopped the last 2 weeks. I like I get that, and I think that's kind of why. Because I first off, I would imagine that most of the money's on Jacksonville. But look, okay, they had won the week before. They almost beat Green Bay. They almost beat the Colts. Like this team is, I think, a little bit better than their record indicates. And the Jags are you kidding me with the Jaguars? Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing, because I've got it. I see the line at 2.5. It's 3 in the circa, so which makes me like it a lot more in the circa. You're talking about this Jaguars team that blew a freaking 19-point lead to Davis Mills, or the Jaguars team that like almost lost to the Raiders. This line is the same line and that game I took the Raiders. They're plus 2.5.
Yep.
And this, like, are you telling me? So, like, you're telling me the Cardinals and the Raiders are the same? I don't think so. And I think everyone's going to look back at this shellacking last week that the Jaguars gave to the freaking Superchargers and be like, "Oh yeah, this is easy." Are you kidding me? They gave that game away to the Texans. That was one
They
of the
did.
best games of the year for me because I had the Texans on my card. So that made the difference between 3-2 and 4-1 for me that week. So, but it's like, why just after one? Like I just think the Jaguars' record is fraudulent in my opinion. So, yeah, I think, and really, I think Brissett's been just as good, if not better, probably than Murray. I don't know. This line seems funny, and when I really think about that Raiders, this is the same line that against the Raiders. This is not equal. I thought the Cardinals would maybe be favored here. Oh, also interconference on the road.
I still don't know if that's good or bad.
It's whatever I want to make in each game.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm really leaning towards the Cardinals here. I get this line seems funny. I kind of have the same feeling I had when I took the Raiders plus 2.5 against the Jaguars. Hey, how's it going, Andy? What do we got here? Jags are 3-0.
I think it should be SU straight up as favorites. 2-1 against the spread with the ATS lost by 1 to Vegas laying 1.5.
I think it stands for Special Investigations Unit. Yeah, I just think how quick like everyone forgets like how bad like the Jags played like the 2 weeks previous. You know, and they beat a Chargers team that has been pretty unpredictable for a good portion of the year, and they've battled some pretty serious injuries for a good portion of the year. So, like, I don't know, like, throw that with the Chargers going across the country and maybe a bad spot. I don't think that win was as impressive as it might have looked on the scoreboard. I'm really tempted to take the Cardinals. This is kind of, I'm not going to say it's like my upset / underdog special here, but I have I'm dropping my cell phone over here. This line looks a little funny to me. I like the Cards.
Luke is asking, is that your trademark dog of the week?
It might be. We'll make a decision, Luke. And thanks for joining. By the end of the show, but I have an interesting feeling about this. I don't know. This is like one of those games. I feel like if I didn't take it, I'd be like, I can't believe I overlooked that when the Cardinals went outright.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm definitely. I want to hear how you feel about it, and I'm at least willing to put it on the maybe pile, leaning towards. Well, we can leave it on maybe for now because it's our first one here.
Okay, I put a definite already. So,
okay.
Because as soon as you mentioned this, I'm like, yeah, I love this game for Arizona. So, this line is way off. I made this line, and I agree with what you said about Arizona being favored. I made this line -1.5 for Arizona. Like, this spread is 4.5 points off. If I'm correct, maybe I'm not, but Jacksonville -3 seems obscene. They are coming off a big win against the Chargers team that can't block, as we know. But 2 weeks ago, we saw them blow that lead to Houston, which they got their lead by getting special teams nonsense. And then with the Raiders, like they easily could have lost to the Raiders. Like they're barely beating the Raiders and Davis Mills. Like Arizona's been better than that. Andy pointed out in the chat here, Cardinals very competitive in the earlier 5 games. All 5 of those games that they lost could have gone the other way. Like it came down to like the final seconds, and if you just give them 3 of those or give them 2 of those games, they're 5-5 instead of 3-7. If they were 5-5, they would not be 3-point underdogs here against Jacksonville. Go ahead.
And the reason that I think it is too, it's not just the thing about this Cardinals team. You're right. Their record could relatively easily be better than it is. But this team leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Look at like it was a calamity of errors against the Titans. They lose by 1 to the 49ers. They stay competitive and lose tough games to the Colts and Packers. Like they just leave a bad taste in your mouth with the way that they play. That Titans game, or they almost let the Panthers come back. It's just like seems like it's always something with them. But I do think they're better than the record indicates. So I think that's maybe part of why the line is. It looks a little fishy to me. So I like the Cardinals here. What do we got here?
Barrett's. Well, I'm curious, how does the team do after losing 2 games by at least 17 points back to back? I have that on the screen here. 80 and 75 against the spread, so nothing special, but slightly winning percentage. But bet this blindly, you're going
Sold.
to lose.
Sold. Put it
Yeah,
on.
you're going to lose this because of the vig,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, unless you're not paying any vig somehow.
Yeah.
But I guess they cover more than they don't. So, I really don't like trends like that. But it does make sense for Arizona to bounce back against. And I say I don't like trends like that because every game can be different. Like here, Arizona's playing against a pedestrian, I think, Jaguar team. What if they were playing against an elite team? Like they probably lose. They're more likely to lose than not, right? So there's just so much nuance with every game. It's just so difficult to just take trends that just be like, hey, this team is X and Y against the spread. But I feel like you need to investigate everything. Like we were looking at, we'll get to this game later, but we're looking at the Niners off a win the past year and a half, and they're 1-11 against the spread off a win. But I'm looking at the results and I'm like, okay, this team is great, so I understand the loss. This team Purdy played hurt, so I understand the loss. This team, if the Niners didn't get called for that bogus safety, they would have covered. You can just go down the list and say, okay, this is just a nonsense trend, So I'm not a big trends guy, but what I do think is happening here is that the odds makers just overreacting to what they saw last week. The Chargers, as we know, have severe issues blocking, and it's not surprised that the Jaguars took advantage of that, because that's the one thing the Jaguars do well is pressure on the edge, and the Chargers can't block on the edge. So it's just a great matchup for them. And now I feel like there could be a false sense of overconfidence here for the Jaguars. Easy letdown spot, especially against a non-conference opponent. The Jaguars have 2 divisional games after this. Now, granted, one's against the Titans, but still, it's those games are more important than this one. And let me ask you this: according to EPA, which team do you think is better offensively, Arizona or Jacksonville?
I'm going to go Arizona.
Arizona is 20th and Jacksonville's 21st. Which team do you think is better defensively?
I'll say Arizona again.
Arizona's 12th, Jacksonville's 21st.
Really?
So Arizona's better on offense and defense, EPA wise, and yet they're the home underdog by 3 points. I like Arizona a lot here. So yeah, as long as it's 3 and we are getting +3 in the contest, I'm definitely on board with Arizona.
All right,
here.
let's put it on.
All right,
I got a good feeling about it.
All right, awesome. Okay,
you like McBride for fantasy, huh?
I mean, he's amazing. I was doing a bunch of week 12 onward fantasy football drafts this week for best ball, and he's going late first round. Which is, I can't argue that. He's been amazing with Brissett. It's funny how Brissett, the whole narrative was oh, McBride can't score touchdowns. That's the whole narrative we had last year, and then earlier this year too. And then Brissett comes in, and all McBride does is score touchdowns now. That's the only thing he does.
Yeah, well, you know what? I had him last year on my fantasy team. I hardly ever play fantasy, but I did get, I did get roped into one last year. I actually got third, if you can believe that. But because I'm really not good at I'm really not very good at fantasy football. But anyhow, I had McBride. He didn't score a touchdown all year, right?
He got one in each of the final 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, but he still put up good numbers for me, regardless. So
yeah.
Whatever it's
okay.
worth.
All right. Well, it's my turn to pick a game here, and let's get to the elephant in the room, the Lions.
Absolutely.
So the Lions were -10. In fact, they are 10 in the contest, if I am not mistaken. Yes, they are -10 in the contest. They're now -13 in some books. Some others have -12.5. Obviously, the reason is the quarterback change. Jackson Dart is not going to play, even though it looked like he was going to play. Now he's limited. He was limited all week, and then they announced that he would be out again, which is, I think, the right move. Why would you risk your young quarterback's health coming off a concussion for really nothing? There's no point for him to come back, especially against the number 2 defense in the NFL. Now you have Jameis Winston coming in. I think anytime you have a backup quarterback against a top 10 defense, you have to look at the team with the top 10 defense. And I think this matchup and the spot really favored Detroit because Detroit plays great defense. As I just said, number 2 defense in the NFL. We had the Packers last week struggle a little bit against Winston only because they dropped so many potential interceptions. Like there could have been like 3 or 4 picks in that game. They dropped all of them. Detroit's more opportunistic. They're going to take advantage of those opportunities. So I like Detroit's defense against Jameis Winston, who really doesn't have much to work with. Darius Slayton might be back. In fact, I didn't see an injury designation, but he was limited all week. He didn't practice fully, so I'm not convinced that he's healthy. And then you have Detroit's offense against the Giants defense that can't stop the run. Like Detroit loves to run the ball. Like we know that. Like that's their bread and butter is running with Gibbs and Montgomery. The Giants are 31st against the run. So both sides of the ball, the matchups like greatly favor Detroit. And then you have the spot, which favors Detroit. Detroit's coming for loss, and we know that Dan Campbell is just amazing after a loss. His record is since his second season, he is 14-4 against the spread off a loss. This team is just it rebounds so well. They're like the most vengeful team ever. They're going to be coming out and firing firing on cylinders here. And this is a team that just steps on the throat of their opposition. Like they just don't stop scoring. They just keep going. So I like Detroit a lot here. We have -10, so I even like them at -13. Like forget 10. I mean it's 10 in the on the card. So how do you feel about this one?
I think we have to take it. That's essentially a free square. That's very substantial 3 points. I have it locked. I was lucky enough to think ahead, and I got it at 10.5 on my individual card too. But yeah, I like it at 13 too, and I'm just going to tell you why. I mean, I pretty much echo everything you just said, and also, I mean, do you think that Detroit can score 24 points in this game? Because I like if you told me that they would, if you were like, hey, Tom, Detroit's going to score exactly 24 points in this game, I'd still bet them minus 10.
Yeah, I mean,
or I'm sorry, yeah, like even minus 13.
So yeah, you're looking at 24-11 then,
or 20, yeah, like 24 10.
10.
Yeah. Like I think 24 points would be enough.
Yeah.
Like they'll score less than that is what I'm trying to say.
Just flip the digits. I think 42 is more likely than 24.
Oh, right. No, I do too, and that's my point. Like I think this is going to be easy for them to cover.
Yes. Yeah, and we like the Detroit team totals over in this game. Although Evan recommended last night that you do it in game. Just make sure Detroit's fully focused, which I'd be surprised if they're not.
Yeah, I mean they're not in a playoff spot right now, so I mean,
yeah, they have to get going here for sure. So a definite here.
Oh yeah. I mean we're getting three points there too. I liked him at 13. I like him at 10. I think we got to take advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Patrick, how's it going, Patrick?
Patrick.
Won FanDuel's daily play 6 for 6 on NFL props 2 weeks ago. Got $300 in bonus bets. Nice. So far, I'm 3 for 3 this week. Think Walker over 59.5 and JSN over 96.5 hits. Yeah, let's see why not. I mean, look, there's negative correlation between the two. Although not so much, because like if JSN has some big catches and they take the lead, then they give it to Walker to ice the game. So maybe not so much there. I think if you were talking touchdowns, then it would be negative correlation, but I think that's fine. I think Walker and JSN both hit over. I feel stronger about JSN than Walker just because Seattle uses 3 running backs sometimes. But yeah, JSN's just been awesome this year, and I think he gets to 125 plus. So yeah, good luck, Patrick. Today I was between JSN and St. Brown over 72.5. St. Brown could be like squeaky wheel against the Grease narrative because he only had 2 catches last week. He did have 12 targets, but still he should rebound too. Yeah. To Seattle. Richard wants us to talk about Seattle. That'll be my. I'll do that one if you don't want to. So you can pick the next game.
Let's see here. What do we? Oh, okay. How about the Packers and the Vikings, man? 6.5. Come on, I'm so sick of my Packers, man. This team is so annoying. They're just I don't understand this line really. I mean, Am I taking the bait here? Because the Vikings seem pretty easy to me. Packers, they've shown us all year they can't win by margin, except against the Steelers. When I take the Steelers, it's just I can't stand this team. Jacobs is questionable now, it looks like, but I mean, how well is he really going to perform? That's obviously that remains to be seen. It's like Kraft. I've come on here and said that this team is pretty deep, but wow, I didn't realize like how much different it is without Kraft. That was really a bigger loss than I think everyone anticipated. Yeah. And Jaden Reed's been out most of the season too, who's had his fair share of moments, of course. Like I don't know. The thing is, it's hard to back JJ McCarthy. But I mean, they did beat the Lions, I guess, and it seems like I guess I don't want McCarthy. Remember, like with Bryce Young at one point, like maybe I was saying like years ago, like he'll bounce back and like he'll get there eventually. It's like, well, what if I don't want the same thing to happen with like maybe like McCarthy will get there. You know what I mean? I don't want it to fall into that same sort of trap. But I really like the Vikings here. I think and they really need. Really, both teams need this game. But the Vikings obviously with the inferior record need it a lot more. So I think this is going to be a close game. And that's the thing about Green Bay too. Like I think. I still think they're overrated. Like you'd think by now, like most people have caught on. Their offense has fallen below expectations. Their defense, which had put up good numbers as it was last season, and then got Micah Parsons, have fallen below expectations. So it's like, oh, they're just going to like magically like turn it on. I mean, I don't know. Like, am I that unlucky? Like, I'm gonna feel dumber like taking Green Bay too when it's like. They pushed against the freaking Giants. They were losing in the fourth quarter.
Yep. And
it's like, yeah, like the receivers can do what, like Dubs, like he's good when he does not dropping passes. Like it's you just never know what you're going to get with them. And like if Jacobs is banged up and Kraft, who's out for the year, it's just I think this is a close game. Like I think the public keeps waiting for them to like rebound, and they keep seeing these poor performances from the Vikings. I mean, though they almost came back and pulled off the win. They still weren't going to cover, but unfortunately for us. But I think this is a close game. But if you, I want to see how you feel too. I'm going to feel so stupid if we take the Packers. It's like, oh wow, a team that's never won by margin, and we took them to win by margin. They couldn't do it. Like color me surprised, So I like the Vikings. Tell me what you think. What do we got here, Andy?
Yeah. Andy says Packers 3-7 against the spread as favorites, except in game versus Philly when the game closed pick them. I mean, that sounds about right. As Tom just said, they've just been underachievers this year. I like that you called them. You said you never know what you're going to get. That's actually I actually wrote that same exact thing on my recaps page, and or maybe it was my power rankings. And I said if Forrest Gump's mom was a Packers fan, she'd be like, the life is like the 2025 Packers. You never know what you're going to get.
Seriously.
They've been so disappointing. And like last week, they should have won by more if they just caught the ball, not just on offense. They dropped, as I said before, like 3 or 4 picks from Winston. And, if they hold on to one of them, they probably have a cover. But yeah, it drops by Dubs, drops by other receivers, just ugly football here. Jordan Love, it's so difficult to trust him. We can get to McCarthy in a second, but Jordan Love, sometimes he looks great, like that Steelers game, completing 20 passes in a row. Of course, Tucker Kraft was on the field then. And then sometimes he just looks dreadful. Sometimes he throws off his back foot nonstop. And that's what he did in the 2 matchups against the Vikings last year. Like Brian Flores seemed to confuse him. And in the first game, I'm sure you remember it. Like if you look at the stats, Love had an amazing game. He had like 4 touchdowns, but they were I believe the Packers are down 28-0 in that game.
I remember that one. Yeah.
And then in the second game, I believe it was week 17. It was in Minnesota, and it was close at the end, but the Packers are getting blown out as well at the beginning. Not a crazy 28 nothing. It was like, I think it was like probably 17-3. They were losing. It felt like they were getting blown out anyway. And Jordan Love just kept throwing off his back foot over and over again. He just never looked comfortable against Brian Flores. So I think he could struggle again in this game, especially with Minnesota's defense playing better recently with Andrew Van Ginkel and Blake Cashman, who they both missed a bunch of action in September. And then the Vikings should be able to get Jonathan Grenard back, one of their top edge rushers. So he missed last week. He should be available this week. And to get to McCarthy, like that's the only concern I have for this game, because Andy and I discussed this on Wednesday. Andy pointed this out, that if you go position by position between these two teams, there aren't that many positions where Green Bay is better than Minnesota. Like obviously quarterback, but it's not like Love is great or anything. And then you look at like the other positions, Minnesota's is either slightly better or much better in most of them. And so you have to wonder, like, so why exactly are the Packers favored by 6.5? Feels like it's just on reputation. And really probably that the weeks 1 and 2 games, and also the Sunday night game against the Steelers, where they built this reputation, and yet they keep being favored by way too many points. But again, McCarthy, but the one thing that you brought up about McCarthy, and you compare him to Bryce Young, where we just kept losing over and over again by backing the Panthers that one year because Bryce Young was so horrible. I'll say there's one big difference between the two situations, and that would be that Minnesota has a lot of talent on this roster, whereas Carolina did not. So yeah, I feel like, and we saw Minnesota upset Detroit, right? I mean, granted, Detroit had 3 offensive line injuries in that game; they were a mess, but it can happen. They came back against Chicago. Granted, they were down 16-3, but they came back and took the lead with about a minute left. So I don't see why they would get blown out here. I like Minnesota here. If you like them enough, I'm comfortable putting them on the card.
Yeah, let's throw them on there
As a definite, or maybe.
Yeah, let's throw it as a definite, because it's just, I don't know. I'm not gonna take Packers to win by margin. I mean, I guess joke's on me if they finally do it. If maybe I'll just be zigging and zagging at the wrong time with them. Yeah. Each week. But yeah, this line doesn't make. Where's the money going on this one?
That's about even.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Parrott said the Packers are favored by 7.5 opening line last week with Jameis. Yeah, the Vikings only a point better is ridiculous. Yeah. That's yeah. I think about it that way. And like, granted, is Green Bay was on the road there, but home field doesn't matter too much these days. McCarthy is absolutely brutal. He's an unathletic Shador. Yeah, he is bad. Look, he looks terrible right now. I don't know what the Vikings are thinking by taking him 10th. Like, this is not hindsight. When he was when he's first being talked about as a first round pick, I said, I was like, I thought he's like a 3rd rounder. Like, I was watching him in Michigan. He looked just like a backup, a career backup in the NFL. And I thought, like, maybe because he had that championship run, I thought some team would take him in 2nd. Like, I was shocked that Minnesota considered him at number 10 overall and then took him. Like that was Bo Nix. I felt the same way about Bo Nix as well, but Bo Nix has had some clutch moments. Whereas
dude, Bo Nix is legit, man.
McCarthy had one clutch moment in the 4th quarter of that first game. But he's not done anything since. He had some nice moments against Detroit, I say that a few weeks ago, but some bad moments there too. But last week he just looked terrible. Like 2 weeks ago, like his cadence disrupted the offense. Like they kept false starting, and then last week, so many horrible throws. Jefferson was so frustrated. Like I wish if McCarthy was just like even just below average, I would feel so much better about this game. And I still like it. I'm still going to bet the Vikings, but I just have more confidence, But like in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if McCarthy has like 3 pick sixes and we feel dumb? Just backing him. It could easily happen. But I still think Minnesota's the right side here.
Yeah, I do too. Let's go ahead and put them on there.
JJ throwing 50%. I don't care. Watch this be a 3-point game. Yeah, I feel this feels like what 23-20, something like that. Anyway, McCarthy said he's rewiring neural pathways for brain development to play better.
Did he really say that?
I don't know. I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard that. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't put it past them. Patrick says, I forgot to mention a caught up old podcast. It was a Gassed at McDonald's slander. I've gotten free McDonald's past month from Monopoly codes. Haven't had at least 40 plus free foods past month. That's awesome. Yeah, you can keep free roll the McDonald's food. I don't mind the McDonald's food. What did we even? I think the negative things we had to say about McDonald's was one, that they end their breakfast at 10:30, which is ridiculous. Two, they have nothing but kiosks in there. Like you walk in, there's no one in there. Like it just feels like an empty chamber. Like it feels like a padded room with nothing in there. Like it just type in the kiosks, and then someone eventually emerges from the back and gives you a tray. Like and eventually they're going to have a robot doing that. Like or a conveyor belt. Like there's gonna be nothing there. And then there's no play place, which I can at least understand it because there are fewer kids around these days. Like it's scary. Gen Alpha, not to get on this tangent, but Gen Alpha, I believe there are only 42 million Gen Alpha, where there's 78 million Gen Zers, and Gen Alpha's done. Like as soon as this calendar year ends, I believe this is the final year of Gen Alpha. So like, where are the other 30 million or so Gen Alphas? Like they're just not here. Like they're gone.
Wow.
Like it's crazy. It's scary. It's scary. So so given that there are few, I'm saying this because there are fewer kids. So why would McDonald's have a play place if there's no kids around? Right. So and it's sad because I have two kids. I'd love to take them there. Like I remember my mom taking me and my sister to McDonald's. We would play in the play place, then we'd eat and then play some more. And it was fun. It was a fun thing to do for 2 hours. And like I would like to do that with my kids, but I can't because there's no play place anymore. Like none of these fast food restaurants around me have a play place. There's one at a Burger King, but it's like 20 minutes away. That's kind of annoying to drive there just because there's a lot of traffic the one way. But it just sucks, That's at least what I have to say. Oh, and additionally, we did talk about the monopoly from McDonald's. While you can win free food before, and I'm sure they changed it, but or maybe they haven't. But it was rigged before.
Yeah, I saw the whole documentary. It's a really interesting story.
Yeah, the guy would sell the key pieces. You would need like Boardwalk because what was the other blue one? Park Place?
Yeah. That was pretty relatively easy to find, and it got you hyped up because you're like, oh my God, I only need one more, but there's like one of them out there. Yeah.
Exactly. You would need Park Place and Boardwalk to get $1 million. And everyone have a Park Place and everyone just wanted the Boardwalk. But this guy would steal the Boardwalk pieces and sell them. Like he'd sell, if you get $1 million, he'd sell them for like $100,000 or $150,000. And he made a lot of money that way. And so that was that. I think that's what we're referring to with the McDonald's monopoly.
There was mafia involvement too.
Yeah.
Because the guy that was like the head of security for those pieces at like whatever company was, he would like give like his friends or family members like he would give them a few of them like the instant like $25,000 winners. He'll give away some minis too,
Yep.
And then like the big prizes as well. So
yeah. Carlos saying Minnesota not winning at Detroit and Green Bay. Well, we don't need them to win. We need them to cover the 6.5. As we know, good teams win, great teams cover. So if Minnesota covers, they're a great team. Patrick says I did see them tell an older guy to not order at cashier instead kiosk. That's pretty sad. There are quite a few play places at McDonald's near me. Interesting. Yeah, there are zero near me.
Oh, we should do. Let's just do a Google search, like because I think there's one near me too. Why don't we just it'll be like a Walter football spectacular, like it'll be like one of our like man on the street. We'll go to every McDonald's that has a play place and like I'll be the eyes on the ground. Each one.
Okay. Oh. I don't know if we should do eyes on the ground near play places. That's good.
No, we're just seeking them out to help the public know like that they still exist.
I understand.
We can do the international games and the best McDonald's on the.
Sounds sketchy to have eyes on the ground near the play place.
That's true. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, we should have eyes on the ground for is the old Pizza Huts though, with the with the glass stain lamps. They're
all gone. I mean, was it Yum Brands bought Pizza Hut? Is that correct? I'm not sure. Ever since they were bought by Yum Brands, they've been Yum Brands bought Pizza Hut. Ever since they did, it's one of these stupid investment firms or whatever you want to call them. Like they just ruined the whole thing. Like they changed the recipe. They changed the entire look of the inside. It's terrible. Like I forget what you called them. Whatever. Companies like Yum Brands. Like
the thing about that Pizza Hut model, because that was like such a staple of the '90s,
Yeah.
And like
private equity is what I'm thinking of.
Okay, yeah, and maybe like the early 2000s, but like Pizza Hut was like based on like dine-in, and not. I mean, like they deliver now, I guess, but like that. I don't know. There's like something about like you had like the salad bar, like it's just the aesthetic, like really, and the red and white like tablecloths.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, it was. It's like I don't know. There's something like very nostalgic to it. So yeah, I'll be the eyes on the ground of the internet, all the international games, and we'll look out for the old Pizza Huts, and we could do like a report from there, and it could be like a side thing for Walter Football. Like I just travel the
WalterPizzaHut.com.
No, but I'll visit every stadium for the whole year, and I'll be the eyes on the ground for every stadium, reporting for Walter Football.
So you're only going to do Pizza Huts in the vicinity of each stadium?
Yeah, like I'll see, like in between each week. Like, wait, how am I going to hit 30 stadiums in 18 weeks? Never mind.
Well, you could do Thursday. You could do Thursday, fly out Sunday, fly out Monday.
That's true. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, we'll have to sit down.
Yeah.
And then all along the way, I'll drive, and I'm like, there's an old school Pizza Hut here.
Can't wait to tell my accountant. Debbie, my accountant, is like, hey, what are you hiring Tom for? He's gonna be eye on the ground for Pizza Hut.
Yeah, we gotta inform the people.
Yeah.
We gotta let them know.
Yeah. I remember Tommy saying McDonald's is not food. Too harsh, Tommy. It's better than Burger King, at least. Did you say that? I don't recall you saying that.
Did I say that? It's changed. I think maybe I said that it's changed. Like, I'll tell you what, fast food is expensive. I actually had McDonald's last month. I don't really eat fast food that much anymore. But like, it's the quality has gone down so far, and it's expensive now too.
Yeah,
like you get like a burger from like Outback Steakhouse and fries like for the same price.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, any sit-down restaurant. Yeah,
and the quality has really declined. And I actually, because I drove up to Pennsylvania last month, and on the drive back, I was like, like screw it, like I'll just grab like some drive-through. Like I was like, to eat in the car on the drive. I was like, I'll just get McDonald's. I didn't eat any of the fries, actually, and I hardly ate any of it. I was like, this is terrible, and that's saying a lot for me, because I'll eat just about anything.
Yeah, after swimming, I used to have like 4 cheeseburgers and large fries, and cheeseburgers would cost 59 cents each. So it would be $5 to get this meal, and like now a cheeseburger could cost $2.69. At least it did last year. I don't know if it's changed.
Yeah, it's crazy now.
It's insane. Like it quintupled in price. Like what? Like how's that happen? And it's and there are no people in there either. There's no place, nothing.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like, oh man, like I just tell myself when I go into any like restaurant like or establishment like that, I set the bar low for myself, man. Like as far as like service expectations, I like you're just gonna like do yourself a favor and set the bar low like with your expectations, because otherwise you're gonna get like bent out of shape eventually.
Yeah, I'll say this. Yeah, go ahead.
Nobody cares. It's like,
yeah,
I know. I understand I'm painting with a broad brush here, but I think you all know what I mean. Like, it's hard to find. I mean, there's just like less like. Well, I don't want to get on this tangent, but
well,
it's like you walk in somewhere and like people like look at you and they don't say like hello, like how can I help you, or like we'll be right with you or something. Like they just like stare at you. It's just like, what kind of situation is this?
That's like you don't ever want, if you feel that way, you'd never want to go into a Russian store, because even in American stores, they'll be like, oh, how can I help you sometimes, so they just won't say anything. Like if you go into a Russian store, they'll be like, what do you want?
Well, I mean, well, at least they're providing service. Like, let me tell you, like some time ago, I went into a local Papa John's, and I went in there, like I placed my order online, and I go to pick it up, and there's like 5 people like standing around, like almost all of them look at me, and then they're like looking at each other, and they're like talking amongst each other, and like I'm standing there for like a good minute. It's like no one said anything to me. Like none of them are doing anything. And then like I just kept staring. Like finally, like one girl made eye contact with me, and I was like, "Hi," And she was like, "Oh," like, and she came like just handed me like I didn't have to pay. I already paid. She had to hand me my order. So then I went again a week later, like the next Friday. They did this. They did the same thing. So I started walking back there. I'm like, "Can I just grab my stuff?" Because like they're sitting in the back, like not doing anything, talking. And then I saw like an online order come up on their board, and the one guy there, he goes, "Not it." Like I know they're like saying like, "Oh, I'm not making that." Like they're just being lazy. And it's like I get it. Like sometimes like you're just not in the mood to like work. I get that. And then it's like, but no one like they're staring right at me, and they're not saying like, "Hello," like, "Are you picking up an order?" Or like I had to like be like, "Oh, can I just grab this?" Like knowing that would get their attention, and they're like, "Oh, yeah."
You should start grabbing random stuff and just taking it out.
Yeah, seriously. No, but it's just like, and I hate to sound crabby, but it's just like it's one thing to be busy and like not notice, but it's like when like 4 different people like look right at me and none of them take action, that's to me, that's a sign of a deeper problem.
Yeah.
Like, and look, I use the word problem lightly. I'm not trying to get on a soapbox and sound like a freaking curmudgeon here, but it's like, it's changing. It's just changing. Things are changing. And it's like, that's why I'm saying, like, just set the bar low when you go out, like, as far as service expectations. You won't get, like, then you won't get, like, bent out of shape about it. Like, that's, anyhow, I digress. That's the end of that rant.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A has great service. I'll say that. And if you want pizza, don't go to chains like Papa John's or anything. Go to like a local pizzeria, because they're going to give you good service because they need to stay afloat.
Right. And usually I do, but I went to Papa John's because they had 50% off pizza online, so I was just taking advantage of the deal.
Okay, still crap pizza though.
Of the chains, it's not bad, but
it was a lot better when Papa was there. But ever since they canned Papa, they changed the ingredients.
Because the Shaq-a-Roni is a good one, though.
I don't think I've ever had the Shaq-a-Roni.
Oh, you got to try it, man. I'll order. Yeah, I'll order you a Shaq-a-Roni on me.
You'll deliver it yourself?
No, I'll just place the order to your. I have your address. I'll just. I'll text you. I'll be like, "Hey, like pizza will be there. Your Shaq-a-Roni is on its way."
All right, I look forward to it. I'll eat it on the show next week.
Yeah, we're sponsored by the show. Is sponsored by Papa John's.
No, they're not. They need to give us money to say that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They didn't give us any money. They're not sponsored by Papa John's.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. We're just supporters of the Shaq-a-Roni. That's it.
Well, you are. I haven't had it yet, but maybe I will.
It's not bad. It's not.
Is it just pepperoni? But
it's like it's like a hand, like more of like a Brooklyn style. It's like a thinner crust. It's still like hand tossed crust, but I don't know. It's like the right texture for me. Okay. Of the chains, I prefer, like, I worked at a mom and pop pizza place before, and like that pizza's far, those sorts of places are far superior.
Yeah.
But but when you have a 50% off deal, like I'll take advantage of the price there.
Yeah.
And get me a Shaq-a-Roni.
Well, my wife likes Papa John's. Maybe we'll get the Shaq-a-Roni next time. I don't know. I'd rather.
Dude, yeah, get a Shaq. Oh, let's both get a Shaq-a-Roni on the next show.
All right. We'll eat our Shaq-a-Ronis then.
Hey, speaking of McDonald's, though, remember Super Size Me?
The documentary
where the guy ate McDonald's every meal for a month.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna eat McDonald's every meal, but I'm gonna lose weight.
No, I thought you were gonna say your wife loves Shaq.
Oh no, I'm gonna go on the Super Size Me version of Shaq-a-Roni. I'm gonna eat a Shaq-a-Roni for every meal.
Actually, my wife had some compliments for Shaq. She's like, I like Shaquille O'Neal. She said that.
Oh yeah, I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, the guy's quite dead. Please don't do that, Quacky. Yeah,
Yeah, he did pass away like a year or two ago.
he did. And he says I go to a local mom pop pizza parlor, 2 slices of can of soda for $7.50, including tax. That's pretty good these days.
That's
Although
pretty good
you
deal.
you can ever beat Penn State at night or during weekends because you get dollar slices of pizza, which is just like unbelievable.
Canyon Pizza.
Well, there are a bunch of them. Bell's
Yeah,
Pizza, Bella's Pizza. I don't know. I actually think they got rid of Bella's Pizza, which is I like that a lot. But yeah, you can dollar slice of pizza. Soda was probably like $1 or $2. Now, granted, that was 20 years ago. I don't know if they changed it. I don't know anyone at Penn State, so I can't ask anyone right now. But so
I've got a story about Canyon Pizza. Something that happened to me. This was like fall 05. Spring 06, and I called Canyon Pizza like late at night. They're open until like 2-3 in the morning. I called
I think yeah, it's the Go ahead, never mind. I think I'm thinking of something else. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I called Canyon Pizza at like 1:30 in the morning, and I remember when the guy picked up the phone and took my order. I was like, I thought I would have heard like more background noise, like you'd hear like the busy like pizza store in the back, pizza parlor in the back.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, yeah, like I have this coupon like for like a large pizza and like I don't know breadsticks or whatever for like $14.99. He's like, yeah, okay, go ahead. Like, what do you want? What topping you want? And like I gave my address and my phone number, and like I remember he told me the price. It was like $14.90. He's like, okay, like $15.32 is your total like after tax. I was like, okay, thanks. And I remember thinking, I was like, seemed like a weird total. That tax didn't add up. But I thought maybe he like hit a button or something,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe bumped up something that was a manual coupon and took off like a random amount. I don't know. But I didn't think much of it. But he was like, okay, yeah, we'll be out there in like 30 minutes or so. And then like over like an hour goes by. It's like an hour and 15 minutes. I'm like, where? Like, this is taking forever. Me and my buddy Mike, we were waiting for the pizza to get there. And I looked at my phone because I was like, I'm going to call him back. And I looked at my phone and then I like looked online. I called the wrong number. I called somebody's personal cell phone number. And this guy, like he must like, he was like Canyon Pizza. It must have happened to him so many times. But like, respect the troll game. Like that guy he took my whole order, pretending like he got me good, man. He got me good. Canyon Pizza never got my order, so I went. I told like my buddy Mike what happened, and he was like, "Well, looks like we're going to bed disappointed." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." And I went back to my. He lived on my floor, and I went back to my dorm room.
So that's basically like Kramer doing movie phone.
Yeah.
Why don't you just tell me what you're looking for?
Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you'd like to see? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man. We've been had.
Speaking of hitting a button, has Walt decided if there's going to be a show next Friday? So yeah, I have a dilemma. I heard Tom told the story before. It's a rerun. I thought you told the story. I wasn't sure though. I didn't want to.
I probably told it a long time ago.
I don't know. So next Friday is my high school reunion. It's my 25th reunion.
Wow.
But I don't know if I want to go because it's the same time as the Eagles. Well, it's like it starts right when the Eagles game ends. Like, so I won't be able to do a full recap of it. I won't be able to do my injury Excel until much later. The show, I assume, would be delayed a little bit. I think it would still be on because I think it's like 7 to 11. So it might be like an hour late. I don't know if you could do that, but so I don't know if I'm going because like all my friends, they're either not going or they're not sure. And like my best friend, I was like, he actually texted me. He's like, "Are you going?" And I said, "I don't know." Are you? He's like, "I don't know." And then I texted like a couple guys I hadn't seen in a while. I'm like, "Hey, are you going?" And they're like, "I don't know." But then like Kenny's he went to high school with me, same class. He said he's not going. One of my good friends, Audrey, she said she's not going. And so there seems to be like a lot of disinterest with this. So I still haven't decided yet. Like I sometimes like, yeah, I should go, for maybe the Jerks of the Week material or whatnot, just like, and maybe like one of my old teachers will show up because I don't get to talk to them. But then on the other hand, I'm like, everyone I talked to or was friends with in high school, I still talk to now. So there's not like anyone I want to see, because I could just talk to them regularly. And like what happened, the last reunion I went to was my 10th. If people knew what I did and like I just got bombarded by football questions, which I don't mind, but like I'd have like people I didn't even know, like, or just barely talk to or not talk to at all in high school. They're like, "Hey, Walt, what do you think about the Eagles? Are they going to win this week?" Like that's all it's going to be if I show up. It's like people I never talked to before come up to me and ask me football questions. Which, like, if I do that, I'd rather be on here with you guys talking about football.
Here's what we do: you stay here and do the show. I'll be the eyes on the ground at the reunion.
Do it.
I'm the eyes on the ground for everything, every topic that we ever discuss. Yeah, I'll go there and be like, "Hey, Walt, okay, I'll be handing out merch and stuff."
Do it. I would love it.
Yeah.
You're like my I don't know if you saw that Kirby Enthusiasm episode where he would someone sit in for him. And I forget exactly how it went. But like he had to give like a toast or something, but he couldn't make it, so he had like his assistant do it for him. So like you would just be there as like my proxy. Like, who are you? Like, oh, I'm representing exactly. Walt here.
Yeah, it's like, what are you? I'm the eyes on the ground for Walter.
Yeah. Yeah, I got reunions in this. I don't know. I got to talk to like my friend. It's funny that like you guys know two of my best friends from high school, Kenny and then Omniferal, who comes on in the summer sometimes to talk about like TV shows and politics. Like Omniferal is my best friend. I was talking about. I was like, when he texted me, he's like, "Are you going?" I don't know. He's going. I don't know. Okay. So yeah. So. Yeah, I'm still friends with everyone. I was friends with in high school, but anyway, what do we have here? Hopefully people will bombard you with Mina Kimes questions now. Yeah. Mina Kimes, beta sims do not like me. Whoever that Shador sausage rider in Cleveland's blocked. And your proxy, just send Andy. Andy, if you want to go instead of Tom, you can go as well.
Yeah.
Like, who's this guy? Like, I'm representing Walt. Anyway, can't wait to get Quacky to report on the London games at McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah, I'll have my sausage McMuffin in hand talking about the London games. Yeah,
they have the 10 free codes a day for Monopoly. I didn't pay all of it, all for it. And I knew I would never win the big pieces. Well, I mean, if you're getting free food, that's fine. I still love egg muffins. It's my favorite from McDonald's, but I don't get up early enough for that. Which
if I probably, go ahead.
I just said probably for the best.
Yeah. If I eat fast food, it's usually like Arby's.
Oh, I love Arby's. So good.
Yeah, Arby's is good. It's underrated, man. It's probably, I mean, of the fast food, I would say, well, I mean, it's all like not good for you, but like it's probably on the better, like the roast beef, I guess, at least. But I know it's all processed and whatnot.
Their cheeseburgers are really good.
Yeah, they are. They are.
They're really good. I love their steak nuggets. I said bid I'd love to just dump A1 sauce into the cup. And the mozzarella sticks are good too. I like Arby's a lot. I do think it's underrated. Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. We had this comment. I wanted to talk about it. The boss says no one's taking their kids to McDonald's because the food is poison nowadays. Yeah, I guess maybe nowadays, but before, back in the 90s, I don't think. I mean, it was still bad for you, but it wasn't that bad for you. And your families and dates go to McDonald's still. Better quality meat and good vibes. So, yeah, I mean, I told the story about how I took the girl on a date to IHOP, which she was not happy about, but like that's like part of my plan. So ended up working out. There's still one left, and I will not tell you where it is. I shall live in. I think you saw about the Pizza Hut. I think I went 5 years ago, and they still had salad bar. Paris, you got to tell us. Fighting solves everything. I thought it said flights solve everything. Fighting solves everything. My running back room is CMC, JT, as really good. Judkins, Henderson, Woody, Monty, Brian Robinson. I just traded Woody for Bucky. What are your thoughts? Well, I mean, like trading running back for running back. I never understood like the point of that, because it's like Kenny and I always joke like, hey, I'll trade you my 2018 Honda Accord for your 2018 Honda Accord. It's like, what's really the point here? I mean, Bucky's going to be back soon, right? But he's not going to be back this week. So. I mean, but it doesn't seem like you need a running back at least until week 14 when CMC is going to be on bye. So I mean, I'm in favor of the trade, and Henderson's going to be on bye in week 14 as well. But a half a pound New York strip for under $4 today. I cooked it great. And it tasted way better than your best burger. That's awesome. For under $4. That's really good. I think the future generations won't be able to have $1 McChickens or
Oh
McDoubles.
yeah, those were the days, the glory days.
Yeah, exactly. Better guess, better football, Papa Waltz.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Walt, how do you decide which game Charlie reviews? It's all Charlie. Charlie, he has full say on that. So if you ever want to ask for a specific review, just email him or whatever. Maybe he'll respond and review the game. I'm not sure how he decides, but he has full decision making on that. Let's see. How's the food at the reunion? So they're charging $85 too. That's another thing that pisses me off. They're charging $85 and not an open bar. So you have to pay for your drinks and you pay $85 to get in.
But the good news is Arby's is catering.
It's true. Christmas sandwich is really good. Yeah, Arby's order half-pound beef cheddar with curly fries.
Curly fries, yeah.
Yeah, Arby's near me. It moved a few years ago. It's just terrible. Very sad state of affairs. Sorry to hear that. I hate whenever fast food places move and you like them. McDonald's breakfast order. Sorry, 2 chicken McMuffins, had eggs, some habanero sauce. I just go for 3 egg McMuffins. Sometimes hash brown if I feel like it.
Oh, wow.
Chicken cordon. I never had the chicken cordon bleu.
I never had that either, actually.
Yeah. Please, no football questions or commentary. Let's.
Well, people already know the show's a little bit different when I come on anyhow, but I don't know if we can completely. We got a card to make too. So
that's true. Don't question 2-team fantasy league. Are you in one, or are you asking what one would be like? Jason, let me know. Wait, you're gonna say something on?
Next year, Andy, if you're watching, when you going out to Vegas next summer, Walt, I'll come out too at the same time, and me and Andy we'll all go to Arby's.
There's so many places to eat in Vegas. We're just going to
go. Yeah, Arby's. We'll just do a classic, man. Just do classic Arby's. Because maybe this year I do want to go out there. Because this year maybe next season I think I'm going to do my own, maybe an individual entry in addition to the entry I do with you, the joint.
Okay.
So we'll see if Andy will take me on, take on the extra business.
No, we'll see why not. Well, I mean, that's up to Andy, but yeah.
Yeah, don't sign him up for anything he doesn't want to wait till morning before giving the verdict. That's good.
That's a good point. The $85 include a hand job in the teacher's lounge. Well, it's not at the school, so it's not going to be in the teacher's lounge.
It'll be in the Trenton Thunder parking lot in the stadium.
That's why they should have it, actually. They're having it in downtown Philly. They're having it in downtown Philly where the Eagles game is. Like, whoever planned this is an imbecile. Like, they didn't plan. Like, could you look at the downtown schedule when the Eagles are playing? They had to have it when the Eagles are playing downtown, same area. Like, what are you doing? I don't want to drive in the traffic.
For that. I wouldn't go just for that.
I'm so pissed. And they're like, so the $85 includes a photo booth, apparently. They're having a photo booth as if we're like 12-year-olds who want to take pictures. We have phones. We don't need a photo booth. Just take pictures of selfies of our phones if we want to.
Yeah.
Like, what is this photo booth?
Yeah, like, I know. I feel weird in the photo booth when people like hold up the signs and you're here to party or something. I can't do that. I can't get behind that.
Yeah.
It makes me feel strange. I don't know. And it's not because it's not because I care what people think about me. Like, it's just, why am I doing this? I don't know. And I'm not trashing anybody that likes to do that, but I don't like doing that. I don't.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Whoever planned this just needs to not have this job for the 30th anniversary or 30th year reunion. What can you expect? A photo booth to capture memories. The school store. We get a full school store with our high school gear, as if we can't buy it somewhere else.
You should buy a high school ring, man. You got your high school ring.
Yeah, right. I have it somewhere. It doesn't fit my fat fingers anymore.
Oh, you got one.
I did get one, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's quite nice, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. We get a slideshow featuring photos from our years together, which is just going to be the people in the yearbook committee. It's going to be just pictures of them. So I get to watch pictures of douchebags I didn't like in high school because the people in the yearbook committee, which like I was barely in the yearbook. I had like despite being captain of the swim team, I had like 3 pictures of myself in the yearbook, and like I remember showing it to my mom. She's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Okay, I'm here at the swim team.
Wow.
I have my individual picture, and that's it." And I had like one other photo of me, but like this thing is huge, and it's like, yeah, I'm barely in it. So there's gonna be no photos of me in that slideshow
I
that they're talking
changed my
about.
mind. I think you should go, and I think you should go up there, and I think you should complain. I'll be the eyes on the ground here on the show. I'll host the show by myself. You
uh,
go, and then
okay, but there's one more bullet point. What else can we
okay.
expect? And plenty of surprises to make this night unforgettable. So I think Horace Chris is right. There might be the job at the teacher's lounge. What
Plenty
else
of
could it be?
surprises.
What else could the surprise be?
Hey, let me tell you something. At my high school, the class above me had a class prank that made one of those MTV shows for the prank shows. It was a pretty good prank. So what they did, they like somehow like they got a hold of the school letterhead, and I went to a small school. There's like 130 kids in the graduating class, and they somehow like got a hold of the school letterhead and mailed a letter out to the parents of every senior in the class. It was like, hey, like it started out like a not regular letter. It was like near
Mhm.
the end of it was in the spring. It's like we just want to reach out and like this is like this generic like want to reach out and congratulate the seniors on like a great year and like the upcoming graduation. But like with prom coming up, with prom approaching, we wanted to reach out and like go over some of like some safety suggestions. And they were like, here at the office, poor the secretary, I won't say her name on here, but we'll just call her Mrs. Smith.
Mhm.
It's like Mrs. Smith will be accepting donations of like KY jelly and motion lotion and like condoms to be distributed during prom.
Wow.
And the parents freaked out. Like the one girl's dad who was a pastor, and he was like, how could the school do this? Because they thought it was coming from the school because it was on the letterhead.
Right.
And then they were like, no, like this was all a hoax. But they never, I mean, I think I've heard of who did it, but like they never like caught them.
Mm.
But I always thought that was kind of funny.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Photo booth comes with a stripper.
Yeah.
That'll be worth it. There's the surprise,
Yeah.
and it's worth
Yeah,
$85
yeah.
now.
That's probably
I
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I had 2 pics of my high school yearbook: facial shots, front view, side view.
Oh, nice.
Uh, Nice, Sandy. But no, seriously though, like the entire yearbook was just pictures of the people in the yearbook committee. Like that's all it was. They just took pictures of themselves and put them in. Like they're
Wow.
like everyone else had like 1 or 2 pictures in there. Is horrible. So, anyway,
Jeez. Yeah, I think you should go and complain.
yeah,
I'll
the old KY
Ugh.
jelly.
Yeah. I felt so bad. The lady that worked, she was the nicest lady too. She was like, "Wait, what?" Like when she found out, she like couldn't believe it. But I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah.
The other like class prank they say it's like let 3 pigs loose in the school. They used to tell this and like label them like paint on them or like 1, 2, and 4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, someone. I mean, I never heard of anyone actually doing that, and it sounds pretty cruel to the animals in a way.
Mm,
But I think that was just like a tale from lore,
yeah.
But then they'd be like looking all over for that 3rd pig. They saw 1, 2, and 4 when there really
Mm.
is only 3 of them total. But
That's funny.
yeah,
I think you should stay here and let Charlie scout which of your classmates has done the best. Well, I know the valedictorian. He's a doctor in I think he lives in like Oregon or Washington or something. So I mean, he's done well for himself. But I don't know who else has done well. I don't know. But I don't even know if he's gonna go. Like it's in Philly. He lives in Washington, so who knows? I was just offered Rico and Amon Ra for Puka and Judkins. Good deal.
talking about Rico Doodle Dandy.
I think I'd rather have Puka than Amon Ra, and I'd rather Judkins versus Rico is pretty even. So I would rather have the Puka Judkins side personally. So Yeah.
One of them.
The dude with okay, yeah. Two team league. Okay, the guy with all those running backs. Yes. Yes, that was the two first was yes Darby's in Vegas. So let's go.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, because I will. I'll take you up on that, Andy. I think next year I'm going to put in my own individual card. So that would be cool if we could all get together.
Yeah. Did she receive any of those items? What was that in reference to? It's hard to remember sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, from the donations of KY. No, I don't believe she did.
Nice.
Maybe though. But.
Yeah. Classmate who did the best of the guy who charged twice the normal price to cater the reunion. That's true.
That'd be pretty good.
There you go.
Really smart.
All right, we're through our comments. I forget who.
I don't even remember what we talked about. Like 3 games.
We have 3 definites though. We have Arizona, Detroit, and Minnesota. So we are 60% through our card.
The poor commenters that talk about Seattle like an hour ago. We're like, we'll get to it here after Tom's pick.
That's right. Richard asked for Seattle breakdown, and I was like, I'll get to Seattle after this game.
And then you got play places, Pizza Huts, and then Walt's family or class reunion.
Reunion. Yeah.
Sorry about that, but we're back. We're back, everyone, to the football portion of the show.
Chris asks, I play 3 tight ends in my weird 2x flex PPR league. I think I'm gonna go for it. Let's go Henry, Warren, and Goddard with Trey Tucker as my only available receiver. Nice. That's weird to play 3 tight ends, but I guess it depends on what else you have. Okay, let's talk about Seahawks Titans. So a couple of injury concerns for Seattle. And people are concentrating on the offensive line. Is their centers out, and then Gray Zabel, their a talented guard, the rookie guard is questionable. He's limited on Thursday and Friday, so he may not play this game. But he could suit up. We don't know yet. I'm not too concerned about that because Seattle, I feel like, has some decent backup offensive linemen. The concern I would have injury wise is that they're going to potentially have 2 linebackers miss this game. Tyrese Knight, he has a concussion, so he's out. And then Ernest Jones is the dreaded flood, as Jacob Kammerger used to call it. Flood being full, then limited, then DNP throughout the week. So Ernest Jones has seen his participation decline every single day. So, Seattle could be down 2 linebackers, but I don't know if it matters. Tennessee is so bad that I think they're way behind every other team in Group F by a mile. Like they deserve their own group, like Group Z or something. Or I don't know, like whatever you want to call it. You're right. So they are absolutely terrible. They can't do anything well outside of punt returns. And really, you have the big mismatch here. And obviously there are lots of mismatches. The big mismatch, in my opinion, is Cam Ward, who holds the ball for an eternity. Against Seattle's pressure. The Seattle's the number 1 pressure rate in the NFL. They don't have the most pressures, but Denver does. But Denver's played 1 more game than them. So Seattle is going to catch Denver in total pressures after this week, especially against Tennessee. So they're going to sack Cam Ward a lot. They're going to turn him over. Feel like this could be a disaster. And this is the perfect marriage between matchup and spot. It's kind of like a couple weeks ago where we had Detroit versus Washington. It feels the same way, although the line is higher. Matchup, obviously, Seattle is just far better than Tennessee. It's a complete mismatch. Spot where Seattle is coming off a loss. I feel like they want to rebound here. Be better if they came off the win. It's better than coming off a win, I should say. I feel like Seattle should be able to rebound here. I'm not concerned about this line being too high because I don't think it's high enough. I actually made this line 15. And so as long as it's below 14, 14 actually being the 4th most likely result of any NFL game, I like Seattle. What do you think about this game?
So hey, DK from the Titans, that's related to DK on the Steelers, right?
Oh yeah. I think they're 8th cousins.
Actually. 8th cousins, yeah. That's what I. They should do like a little bit, a little piece on them for the pregame or something. No, so I always think that because I didn't before I heard his name said, I thought maybe it was Dyke. So when he said DK, that was the first thing I thought was DK Metcalf. I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, look, the Titans are maybe the worst. I've come on here and said this before. They're maybe the worst team I've ever seen in 30 years of watching professional football in the National Football League. You might argue that they had their, because I took the Titans on my super contest card last week, and that game played out exactly as I thought it would. I locked them in at +7. I thought it was going to be a field goal game. That might be as bad as they played. That game might have been the closest thing to their Super Bowl. I mean, Seattle has mopped several opponents already. Not all of them being superior teams, but teams that are far superior, which is, I guess, is just about anybody, to this Tennessee team. I can't, and we've seen Seattle lay it on thick lately to the likes of the Cardinals, to the likes of Washington. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I just can't imagine. I mean, it's not like the Titans, like, okay, like, well, they had like one good game. It's like every time I turn around, they can't move the ball. So it's like, what just like, okay, like something magical is going to happen, I guess. Like maybe we could get hosed with like 2 kickoff returns. But even then, like, you know, I even if they did score 14, I think Seattle would still cover 13. So, yeah, I like him a good bit. I just don't see... You know, there's just nothing to hang your hat on with the Titans. Like last week, I took them just because the spot really felt right. Like they're not a good enough team to like show up again after coming up in a spot where they cover. I don't think it's just there's because I remember watching them that first time they played Houston. It was absolutely dreadful. It was absolutely dreadful. And there's like nothing I could say. Well, at least there, I really can't come up with anything except for DK. I do like DK.
Yeah, that's it.
So
that's all they have. Like they're
maybe
down
DK, and maybe DK will be the difference. Yeah.
Yeah, they're down Ridley and they're down Io Manor. Like all they have is DK left. So
yeah. So yeah, I like Seattle a good bit. I'm good to put them on if you like them.
Is it definite or maybe?
Yeah, we can make it definite. Let's put it on there.
All right, so we have 4 definites.
Wait, what are they? Are they 13.5?
13.5 in the circa, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, Andy's asking, where's that opening line from 2017? Yeah, that's Seattle -1.5. Wish you could still get that. That'd be free squares.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Luke says, not from the U.S. Reunions are not a thing here. Where are you from, Luke? I just thought of Always Sunny in Philadelphia episodes on school reunions and all this talk of a reunion. I have not seen those episodes of Always Sunny. I haven't watched too many episodes. I actually like the show. I just haven't really.
Same.
Yeah, I haven't come around to watching it, but I do like whenever I have it on, I always laugh. Seemed like Walt and his friends have a dance routine prepared. Yeah, right. You can't pay me, and I will not dance ever unless like for an obscene amount of money.
We'll get you to dance.
I hate dancing more than anything in the world. Anything.
Oh man.
Anything. I think it's horrible. I don't get it. Like, what's the point? I'd like you're like, oh, it's fun. It's like not fun. Like you have to figure out like what to do. You have to do like geometry. I don't want to do it.
Okay, geometry. Okay, well, Walter, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What may be right for you may not be right for some.
I'm not saying it should be banned.
I know. I
just don't want to do it.
Yeah. Wait, did you dance at your wedding?
You were there.
I know, but I can't remember. What were you thinking? I'm like, is Walt over there dancing now? Like, I wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, a little bit.
Yeah, like a slow dance, like with.
Yeah. Did slow dance with my wife and my mom. But and then like, that. And then I don't know, because when it's your wedding, like you get whisked around everywhere. It's like I you know, obviously you're talking to everyone. I sat down with my food, and the wedding planner comes over. She's like, "Oh, you got to go. So you got to go here in 2 minutes." I'm like, I just got my food. She's like, okay, 5 minutes. And it's like, I was just like stuffing my face. Like, and like, even when we're taking pictures, I remember taking pictures of everyone from Walter football. I like the wedding planner's like, oh, you have to take some pictures now. You have to go take some pictures, other pictures. I'm like, I am taking pictures. No other pictures. And it's like, you just like, it's just mayhem like the entire day. And so like even if I wanted to dance, I wouldn't have had to dance that much.
Oh, that's an excuse. That's a likely excuse for someone who doesn't like to dance. You didn't have time. Whatever, man. We're
I'm
getting
not
you out on the
upset about it.
floor.
I'm not upset about
We're
it.
getting you out on the floor next time
No, you're
at
not.
the reunion.
No, yeah, right. There were no dance. There's no dancing the last two reunions. Everyone just stood around, drank, and talked.
Okay.
Teams have covered every game they played in November. Sure, it's only 2, but they're
Oh
on
yeah.
Titans. Yeah, yeah, they are. They are. Australia, you have to watch the Sunny episodes before you go. Okay, so it's from Australia. That's pretty cool. So would you be likely? Would we be more likely to get you to a dance or to watch a WNBA game? I'll watch the WNBA game by far, because I could live bet it. You know, I mean, it's at least fun. Look, okay, not fun, but it's at least something you could do. If I hate dancing so much.
Yeah,
3 beers and a margarita, and Walt hits the dance floor.
there
But
you
like,
go.
if you're look, if you're drunk, if I'm drunk, I will dance. I haven't been drunk in a long time, but if I'm drunk and there's dancing, I'll do it. I don't hate it then. But if I'm like remotely sober, then I would just like refuse to do it. I'd rather go to the dentist. I've actually written that in Tricks of the Week.
Oh, wow.
That's how much I hate it. Tom, you didn't sneak in a dance with Walt at his wedding. I was trying to get one last dance in the
groom. A true Chris Horse tradition.
Yeah, Tom, where were you? You didn't whisk me
Yeah,
around.
I know, man. Yeah, sorry. I thought you were. I wanted to give you time to eat your food, and that you got whisked away for pictures.
Yeah, I didn't even get dessert. So one of the kids ate my dessert. I didn't get it. I was so hungry after the wedding. We got to go get GoFundMe for Walt to dance and then super chat it so we can get it live.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It would have to be a lot of money, guys.
Yeah.
Especially, I have a sprained ankle right now, so that would be even more right now.
Jeez, the excuses.
Yeah, there it is. Mark the time of this video. Walt admits the WNBA is fun. Yeah. I bet the WNBA game while dancing. that's the that would be
yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. All right, Tom. It's your turn to pick a game here.
Okay, let's see here. What about the Buccaneers? How do you feel about this one? I don't know. +7 seems a little. I know they're injured, and I think Bucky Irving's ruled out today. Yeah, but isn't that? I don't know. Doesn't I like this spot? Rams coming off a big division win there. I think this is a little bit slightly disrespectful to the Bucs, injuries and all. I don't know. And I love Baker. Like he's always going to play tough, like especially if this is a backdoor. And I don't know. Some Rams have played a couple games where it took them a little time to get going too this season. Though of course they played a lot better. I know I brought this up before, but there was they did they were trailing to the Titans at halftime when they played them. So just saying.
Yeah, I mean, Evan liked the Buccaneers as well. I actually like the Rams. I don't love this game. I may not bet it. And I agree with you about the spot. The spot does not favor the Rams. However, you said is disrespectful to the Buccaneers, but like, what have the Buccaneers done to earn our respect in regard to beating top competition? Can you name the last team they beat? Last top team they beat?
Well, I'll tell you. Let's see here. Oh, the New Orleans Saints.
Right.
Yeah, I guess the 49ers or the Seahawks.
Could be Seahawks, but that's before Seattle really got going. I don't know about that one. I'm still not completely sold on Seattle, even though they came close to beating the Rams. They were down 14-3 and 21-12. They did come back. Give them credit for that. But I'm not completely sold on them. If you look, their top opponents this year, Eagles. They were getting blown out before garbage time. They lost to the Lions by 15. They lost at home to the Patriots. They lost to the Bills by 12 in a game where the Bills did not play well. The Bills had some weird turnovers in the first half, yet the Bills still won by 12. Last year, the Ravens came into Tampa and dismantled Tampa. Every time Tampa goes against top competition, they lose. And on top of that, they had 15. So I did some digging into this. On the injury report, they had 6 players designated with illness, which, anytime I see 3 or more, I'm like, is this the flu? And then I did some digging today, and apparently 15 Buccaneers had the flu this week.
Oh,
So
wow.
so they could be drained here. There could be some severe lack of energy. I worry about Tampa just being not healthy. Jamel Dean is out. The top corner is out. Hassan Reddick's still out. Their top edge rusher. Bucky Irving's still out. I'm not too concerned about that because Sean Tucker has done well. I would go with the Rams if I had to, but also the Rams have circadian rhythms on their side, which if you're counting on a comeback from Tampa, it's gonna be tough with the circadian rhythms going against them.
Okay, I don't know. I still like the Bucks here, so okay, we're on different sides in this one.
Yeah, Rams so close to being 10-0. Yeah, really. Vegas isn't scared of giving Tampa the full 7. DraftKings predicts the Rams will win the Super Bowl, as do I. I hope so. I have them on exactas with the Bills, Chiefs, and Ravens, and I have a smaller bet on them to win the Super Bowl. Those exactas pay out 80-1, so I'd love to hit one of them. Shout out to Andy for putting me on the exactas. It's wild to think they barely got past the Jets. The Buccaneers, yeah. The Jets almost beat them. So I'm still mad at Kyron for fumbling away that TNF game. They easily could have won that game. They could have won the Eagles game. They blew a 26-7 lead and had that block field goal. Yeah, they could definitely be 10-0. I think this is the best team in the NFL, especially the Eagles missing Lane Johnson. I don't want to bet against the best team in the NFL, even though it's like a bad spot. So we can, I guess we can ignore that one. And I guess it's my turn to pick a game.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if we're going to stick with circadian rhythms, why don't we stay with 49ers -7 over Carolina? Both teams are coming off wins, so this is not like an amazing spot for either team. Outside of the fact that this is circadian rhythms for the Panthers, 49ers against East Coast teams on Monday Night Football when favored 10-5 against the spread, dating back to 1989. So 67% cover rate. I know it's like not a big sample size, but it makes sense for them to do well against East Coast teams. East Coast teams do not do well generally in night games on the road. Also, the Panthers might not have the top 2 linebackers here. If they're both out, if Kyle Shanahan, who just can game plan against weaknesses, he's going to attack the middle of the field. You don't want to be weak over the middle of the field against the Niners. You're just going to get shredded by George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey over and over again. It's going to be a disaster here. Carolina's defense sucks, especially with those 2 linebackers missing, and their offense might be even worse despite what we saw last week. Bryce Young had his best game, but it was against an Atlanta team that was jet lagged off the 11-hour flight from Germany. And the week before that, they scored only 7 points against the Saints. So I don't want to hear like, oh, Bryce Young is coming on. Like this is a 1-game sample size. I'm not convinced that he's going to do it again. I worry a little bit about the Niners defense. They have some injuries, obviously Bosa and Warner. They've been both out, but their backup linebackers will be out now. So that's a concern. And under normal circumstances, this were like a 1:00 game, I'd be like, okay, maybe the Panthers get a backdoor cover. But given that they're going to be opposed to circadian rhythms in this game, I feel like any second half action is going to favor the Niners. So I like the Niners here -7. What do you think about this game?
Ooh, I'm kind of. What if Rico Doodle Dandy goes off though?
What if I had 3 wheels? That'd be a tricycle.
No, you just identify as one.
I could identify one without the 3 wheels.
Oh, that's true. Oh wow, Chris, CMC revenge game. Oh, interesting.
This is the first time he's gone against the Panthers. Let me check. We can check real time.
I love how I think we would use revenge as just like an interchangeable term, but it's like every player that like left a team like always left on bad terms. They want revenge now, I mean, it's just it just means interchangeable for like.
Well, they did trade him. Looks like they played in 2022, so not full revenge. That was, I guess, they won 37-15, so I guess he did get his revenge. Still, though, you still get some bad feelings from being.
That
traded.
Was week 5. That was before he was traded, I think.
Was it 2022 when he got traded? I thought.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was 2021, but maybe I could be wrong. When was Christian McCaffrey traded? And maybe we shouldn't ask Google this because Google can't be trusted these days. Christian McCaffrey's traded. Okay, you're right. You're right. October 2022. I thought it was 2021. Yeah, you're
That would
right.
have been. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't it right after they played each other then?
I guess so. Yeah. I guess so. They probably had dinner or something and talked about the trade then. Yeah, no, that's a great call. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, this is his first chance to get revenge. So yeah, right.
Oh, let's take the 49ers as much as I dislike them. Yeah, I don't know. This Panthers team. Isn't it crazy that like the Panthers are what, like a game or just a game out of first there?
Half a game.
Half a game.
I mean,
Is that it?
if Tampa, because Carolina hasn't had his bye yet. If Tampa loses to the Rams, which they're underdogs to 7, the Panthers will be tied heading into Monday night, and they'll be able to take the lead in the South with a win.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay. Jeez. Yeah. I mean, I like the 49ers. We can put them in the maybe pile. I love the the Christian McCaffrey revenge game.
Okay, it's -7. We will put that in the maybe pile. Okay, and that means it's your turn to nominate a game.
How about the freaking Browns and the Raiders?
Oh my God.
You want to take the Raiders because here's the thing. Do you think there's a chance that the Browns could score 0? Like this could be a Johnny Manziel. Remember when Johnny Manziel in 2014 was it?
Yeah, against the Bengals. Yeah,
wasn't it like 27-0?
Mm-hmm. I remember that one.
That's the thing. Like I know the Browns' defense is good, but like, is there a chance that the Raiders could score 10 and cover the spread?
I have the score being 10-6. Now it's gone to 4, so that's like a push now. But although it's still 3.5 a bunch of places. Yeah, no, yeah, the Browns could score 0. It's great. It's as crazy as it sounds, and maybe it's not that crazy. I think there's a better chance the Browns defense scores than the Browns offense.
I don't think it's that crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Actually, I was talking to Evan via text today. He bets. Hold on, let me get this exactly. So the exact number that he got. He bet. He played Raiders 2 defensive touchdowns at 125-1 odds.
I would take it too.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he says there's a chance Raiders could score 0, which is absolutely true. This could be 0-0, or it could be 6-4.
Oh, 6-4. I was at that game. Oh my God.
Yeah, 6-4 Penn State, Iowa.
2004 homecoming.
What if this is 6-1? What if this is our first 6-1 game ever?
If it was ever to happen, it would probably be this game.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of. Where's the money going? Is the money on Cleveland?
Money's on Cleveland. Yeah.
I like the Raiders here, man.
My counterpoint to the Raiders, as bad as Shador is, my counterpoint to the Raiders is that they are a horrible team coming off a short week. You don't want to bet horrible teams with less time to practice than normal, right? Also, their offensive line against the Browns pass rush, like Myles Garrett could have like 8 sacks in this game. He's already getting like 5 sacks per game against like good offensive lines. Like he sacked Drake May 5 times, I believe. Like what's he gonna do to Geno, who has no protection? You know what I mean? Like I don't know how you back either side. It could be
he always gets tackled in the backfield though.
What'd you say? Sorry.
So what about Genty? But he always gets tackled in the backfield.
Yeah, he's last in the NFL with yards before contact. He has actually negative yards before contact. He's like dodging defenders in the backfield. It's horrible. It's just like, look, why didn't they draft they could have drafted Membu, like he's having a great rookie year at right tackle for the Jets. They could have drafted him, and then second round they could have taken Judkins or Travion Henderson, who both played for Chip Kelly. Like it made so much more sense than just taking running back when you have no offensive line.
Okay, I'm going to paint a picture here. I'm going to paint a scenario here for the Raiders. Okay, they almost beat, and they probably should have beat Jacksonville. They were in that game against. I mean, this was a pretty pathetic game against the Broncos, 10-7. But they were, they were at least still in it till the end. And then, like, look, this last game, I think the spot was good. As of course, the tragedy with Dallas and Nealand. I think Cowboys were up for this game, so I think So I don't know. I think they're bad, but I mean, I just don't know. I really think that this could play out like that 2014 Browns. I can't remember who they played, like the Bengals. It was like 27 nothing, I think. Yeah,
it was Bengals. Yeah.
I feel like it could play out that way, but I don't know. Where'd you say the money was going?
Oh, it's like 80% Browns.
Oh man, that makes me like the Raiders a little more.
I know, but the Raiders favored by 4. If this is like 1 or 1.5, I'd be like, okay, 4 is really rough. It could be your book, Walt, 3-2. Yeah, safety and a field goal, exactly. Raiders are a horrible team coming off a short, medium, or long week. That's true, but they're going to be extra bad off the short week. You know what I mean? Like the good teams can and rally rally around the short week, whereas like the horrible teams, they're just going to be even worse than usual off the short week.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're bad in a sense. Yeah. Unders and alt unders. We actually, Evan and I figured out that if you parlay Browns anytime defensive touchdown and Raiders anytime defensive touchdown, a $50 bet wins you $6,500. So,
oh, really?
Maybe that's the play here.
Wow.
Trying to guess the covers.
Yeah, that's that. I'd definitely take that. Actually,
yeah,
I'd definitely take that. What's the over under on it?
It was 36.5. Is it changed? It is now an even 36.
Mm.
I have a 10-6, like I said, so I'm way under here.
All right. Well,
do you want to put this in the maybe pile, or because I
don't know. I just really think there's a chance the Browns could score 0.
Yeah, the Raiders could score 0 too. Like this could be. Remember that Minnesota Raiders game from a couple years ago, where it was like it was 0-0 the entire time, and then someone kicked the field goal at the end. I think it was Minnesota, and they won 3-0.
That happened. Remember Thanksgiving 2007, Dolphins and Steelers, that mud game.
Oh yeah. That was 3-0, right?
Yeah, 3-0. Remember the one punt? It stuck, like it didn't even bounce. It just stuck right in the mud. Yeah,
that's so funny. Can you imagine this game in the mud?
Oh my god!
How many turnovers would there be in this game?
Oh jeez, that would be bad. That was that 1-15 Dolphins team too. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I heard Vegas put Garrett sacks at over under 1.5. That's wild. That's really wild. It's always a half, and it's like 1.5. Wow. Best chance for either team in the game is using continually running clock. Lessens the chance of turnovers and penalties. Honest question here: if you're the Browns, why not run the Bobby Boucher offense? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
Just kneel down every play. Just let your defense win. Or I guess you just hand the ball off to Judkins, right? But
yeah.
Maybe if the Raiders, because the Raiders can't run, maybe they actually lose yards on runs. It just kneel down every play and see what happens. Garrett's not getting any sacks if you do that. Like that's I feel true, like there's a better chance bad things happen than if you just kneel down. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like what's the argument against that?
What kind of press conference? What coach is going to want to face that press conference afterwards?
I'd say I watched The Water Boy. I got inspired.
Hey, unrelated, but I forgot to bring it up earlier. Oh my God, how many flags were they going to throw in that game? Oh,
it was officials appreciation day, so of course they had to show up.
That was it was starting to get on my nerves. Even Al Michaels was freaking out.
Yeah. When Al Michaels is freaking about something, it's pretty bad. So
well, I shouldn't say freaking out, but he was definitely making some comments about it. And granted, there were injuries too, unfortunately, and that made it feel all the worse because it was like penalty, injury, penalty, injury, and it's just like, and I had the Texans too, and it's just like, even it was the entire game because even that pick six, I remember thinking, I was like, no flag. There's a flag.
Of course, it's a flag. Yeah. It's like, yeah, just relax with the flags. Like no one's there to see you guys. Oh wait, but it was Officials Appreciation Day, so maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Browns money line, and
Oh,
he says
wow.
defense is best unit on the field by far. That's 100% true. Yeah,
True, yeah.
yeah. It's and there's no second place. It's like first and then all fourth after that. Like what's better between Browns offense, Raiders offense, or Raiders defense? At least, like, I guess you have Max Crosby on Raiders defense, but the rest of the defense is so bad. I don't know. Shadour's terrible. Part of me wonders if like we're overreacting to what we saw with Shador, but then I remember the preseason games and he looked exactly the same way. He just drifted back in the pocket whenever there's any sort of pressure, and he would take in the preseason he took a 24-yard sack in the preseason. Like this guy, like imagine if he does that in this game. That just flips the field. Like it's crazy. So yeah, like Gino's gonna get sacked by Garrett a bunch of times. This is gonna be an ugly game. I can't wait to watch it. It's gonna be so much fun, but it's gonna be an ugly game. It's gonna set football back like 50 years.
Yeah, set football back 50 years.
Yeah.
What if it ends up being like, oh my God, what if it's like a 31-28 game and we're completely wrong?
I know.
Oh my God. I'll be like, Sanders like runs for 2 touchdowns and throws for 2 more. Just my man goes off.
Yeah, Justinus Anderson would be so happy.
I would captain Brown's defense in a showdown and then put Shadur in there.
I love it.
See what happens. It wouldn't be a bad idea to captain one defense. I mean, if for all the games for it to work, if you're going to do a showdown, captain one defense and play the other, or vice versa.
I feel like everyone's going to do that, right? Like who's not doing that
in
this game?
Yeah,
just 5-1 all slot Browns. Shador with Judy, Fannin, Tillman,
Brock Bowers, Smith,
Yeah, Browns kicker, and then I don't know. I guess you do Bowers on the other side.
Yeah, or Trey Tucker,
Trey Tucker. Yeah, I drafted Trey Tucker a bunch in those onward drafts, just because he's like the only receiver they have left.
Mm-hmm. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, but he shouldn't be a number 1 receiver, which is what he is right now. How much better is Gino than Shador? Can Gino overcome Brown's edge on defense? I mean, I think Gino's a lot better than Shador. Like Shador, all he does is take sacks. He takes like giant sacks every play. He went 4 of 16. Gino's like, at least like Gino looks horrible right now because he has no blocking. Like if Gino had a good offensive line in front of him, he would actually I think he would look like a mediocre quarterback or maybe slightly below average. Whereas like Shador has an offensive line. Like the Browns' offensive line is not bad. The left tackle situation's terrible, but outside of that, like they have good blockers. But like he just any sign of pressure, he just goes backwards. Like that's his first instinct. He's a drifter.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be maybe it's best to lay off. I feel like, man, this is a tough one. I'll probably stay away from it.
Yeah, Luke's on board. Each team scores a few defensive touchdowns. You parlay, like I said, you parlay both. You get $50 to win, 6,500. Sounds great. Cleveland Raiders negative 12 yards and a cloud of dust. Imagine if both teams have negative yardage in the game. Yeah. And he says 31-28, 8 touchdowns from defense PI inside red zone. Yeah. Is he going to get better blocking on Sunday? No, of course not. I'm just saying in general, like Gino's a lot better than Shador, but if you're factoring defense, then yeah, both quarterbacks are going to be horrible in this game. I have no faith in any of these quarterbacks scoring points at all. Any props touchdown scores you like in this game or generally?
Shador anytime touchdown. He might run one in though. You never know.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's more likely to run backward into the other end zone than run into the opposing end zone.
Let me see here.
Boss, if I don't know if you're talking about this one, Shador no time touchdown. Unfortunately, that's gonna be way too big to pay. Yeah, I like as far as props for this game. I don't see it. I'd go unders on almost everything. No touchdowns is another play. Yeah, you could do that. But I think there's going to be a defensive touchdown in this game for someone. I don't know who. It could be from both teams, but I think I wish you could bet no offensive touchdowns. I would do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, at least like Judkins should have a decent game, right? Because the Raiders stink at everything defensively. So
Shadur's plus 525. I'm seeing
for any
touchdown score.
Yeah. Yeah. Computer can't handle that many digits for Shador and touchdown. Yeah, exactly. All right, so yeah, there's really nothing here. I don't think there's anything here. I don't see how you can bet either side like competently or confidently or competently. I guess like I would lean right now Browns, but I don't want to bet Shador. Like he's like he might be the worst quarterback we've ever seen. At least based on how he played last week and how he played in the preseason. I just see nothing. There's no upside with him, and there's a reason he fell to the 5th round. And it wasn't because of his personality. I said this multiple times. I don't know if you heard it, Tom, but back in it's around the combine. I sent my mock draft to a scout on an NFC team. This team did not need a quarterback, by the way. So there's no reason to lie to me. And plus it's a trust person. Like they wouldn't lie to me anyway. And so this person sent me a 1-sentence reply, the scout, and it said, "Get Shador out of the 1st round."
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? I'm like, really? I'm like, really? Why? And he's like, yeah, we don't have him in the first 3 rounds. I'm like, wow, that's kind of wild. He thought when I actually reached out to him after day 2 of the draft when Shador didn't go again. I actually reached out to him. I'm like, how far do you think he's going to fall? Is anyone going to take him? And he's like, actually, he's like, we didn't have him in the first rounds, but he's like, I thought someone would take him in the 3rd round. And then he's like, someone's probably going to take him day 3. So like, he didn't fall because of his personality. He fell just because he sucks. And we're seeing it. Like the scout was absolutely right on the money. This is the reason why he's scouting the NFL. He's been scouting the NFL for a long time. So yeah, it's just
wow. Yeah.
There's the teams every team in the league pass on him and they're all right. So at least from what we've seen so far. So
wow. Yep.
Let's get to the game right below this one. And you mentioned earlier that you won with the Saints a couple times this year. And I assume that was against the Giants. I remember you liking them against the Giants, and I remember you liking him against the Panthers. I think that was one of your upset specials that you had.
Yeah, and I also had him against the Bills. They covered that game.
Yep. So there's no upset special here with the Saints unless you like Atlanta. But I like the Saints here. Atlanta is starting Kirk Cousins. It seems like their season's over. They're 3-7. I don't know why they didn't take a bye, but it really cost them because I think fatigue lends itself to injuries. I don't know if that's exactly why Penix and London went down, but there's no Penix. Cousins in the small sample size we've seen from him this year has looked absolutely horrible. And remember last year, like he was abysmal before he was benched, and he doesn't look any better. And now he's not going to have Drake London, so he's going to be throwing to Darnell Mooney and Kyle Pitts. Like those are top options. Obviously, as Bijan Robinson, the Saints are really good against the run. Whereas Atlanta's bad against the run, so Alvin Kamara should have a good game. Also, Atlanta's offensive line has some issues. They've been without the right tackle all year. The right guard, Matthew Bergeron, has missed the last 2 games. He's questionable, but he didn't practice on a full basis. So even if he plays, he may not be 100%. And that they're all pro left guard, Chris Lindstrom. He's not healthy at all. Like he played last week, but like he just doesn't look right. So there's just so many things going wrong with Atlanta here. Now I know that Andy brought up a good point on Wednesday. He said that like you're asking the Saints to do something they usually don't do, is to win a game because they're favored by 2. But I think that given the horrible shape Atlanta is in, I think the Saints are the right side here. So what are your thoughts on this game?
Well, hey, I liked them when they beat the Panthers a couple weeks ago. The Saints are coming off a bye, aren't they? Are they not?
They are, yeah.
And the Falcons are not, right?
They're not.
Did they play last week? Now I'm losing my mind.
So when
did they play Berlin? That was 2 weeks ago.
They played in Germany 2 weeks ago, and then last week they took an 11-hour flight home and played against the Panthers. And they lost in overtime.
That's right.
The Panthers. Their bye, by the way, was in week 5. So, which is like teams don't like week 5 buys. The Lions last year complained to the NFL about week 5 buys. So, and I guess like their complaints were not hurt because the Eagles won the Super Bowl and they had a week 5 bye. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. There's like, why didn't they take a bye after Germany? They had the option. They just decided not to. It's insanely idiotic. This Falcons team is just so poorly run. Anyway,
well, sorry, go ahead.
No, you were saying. I was just telling you.
Well, especially with Penix out now this season, I had high expectations for the Falcons this season.
Yeah,
and it's just been terrible. Now Penix is out. I feel like whatever win they had left in their sails is probably now gone.
Mm-hmm.
This line, the Saints were -2 when they played the Giants. And I remember I liked them then, and this feels like a similar spot with the exact same line too, of course, here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just think the Falcons have no win left in their sails. I like the Saints in this spot. Shuck looked more confident,
Yeah,
so he looked more confident. That's and hey, that game against the Panthers played out just like I said it would. Like everyone was going to look at that loss to the Rams the week before when the Saints lost to the Rams, and base everything on that. I thought the Saints were an easy call against the Panthers, and they went outright.
Yeah, you had them. You called it a great call.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, how much you like the Saints? Definite or maybe or what?
Yeah, let's put them on.
Okay, definite. So I mean that's our 5th definite. So we should still talk about some other games. There's still some other games I like. So I don't know how you feel about the rest of this card, but you're up, by the way. Oh,
I am. Okay.
Yeah. So let's look at what we have not talked about. Steelers, Bears. I think we can, rather than you deciding game, I think we can think if we like a game, then we can talk about it. But if neither of us do, we can just pass on it.
Okay.
You want to just do that? Steelers and Bears. The Bears have a lot of injuries. They're going to be down their top 2 linebackers, so that makes me interested in the Steelers as long as Aaron Rodgers does not play, because he wasn't full in any practice this week. But I don't know if we're going to know that. If it's announced tomorrow before card submission that Mason Rudolph's going to start, I think I might have a play on the Steelers, and it might make one of my cards. But we don't know that. I don't want to back an injured Rodgers, even if it's against the Bears with their injuries. And so I don't want to back the Bears either with all their defensive injuries. Do you have any feel for this game?
I'm inclined to take the Steelers. Bears look a little too easy here, but I'm not really interested in this one too much. But I would go Steelers if I had to.
Okay. We had not talked about Jets Ravens. The Ravens had some injury concerns earlier in the week, but they have no one is on the injury report anymore, so they're fine. However, Lamar does not seem healthy. He ran twice last week. We had Baltimore against Cleveland, and if Baltimore didn't allow those special teams defensive scores, then they would have covered. But still, Lamar did not look healthy. Just 2 runs. When does Lamar ever do that? So I don't know. Maybe he'll be healthy for this game, but we just don't know yet. So if he's hurt, I think the Jets could hang around, maybe cover. If he's 100%, the Ravens will steamroll the Jets. So any thoughts on this one?
I like the Ravens a pretty good bit here, actually.
Okay.
The thing about this is they're not in any situation where they're going to be looking ahead, and I think there's no way they overlook this game given all the losses they had with all the during the time period where they were going through the greatest stretch of injuries there.
Mm-hmm.
They need every game, more or less. I think. I mean, that's the mindset they're going in with here. So, I don't think there's any chance to look past the Jets here. I think they really need to kind of have a performance where we go, oh, okay, there you are. Now they've returned to form. But I agree, Lamar didn't look, Didn't, I just can't believe it was probably it was definitely the most disappointing about last week. It's like once they put Shedeur in there, I was like, they're not going to score again. This is their chance to we're going to get this cover now, and we missed by half a point. That was frustrating. That was frustrating because I knew they weren't going to score again, and they still couldn't cover. So I
don't know. I'm about not looking ahead. They played Joe Burrow in 4 days. and they're coming off a win. Like it seems like maybe a bad spot for Baltimore. I don't know. You don't think you don't
Yeah,
think
but I mean, if they were playing the Steelers, then maybe I'd be a little more like
okay.
I would say there's a greater chance that they're looking ahead. But
I would agree with that, but still, like they know they're gonna have to play Burrow. That's I don't know. They always get in the shootouts with him. I
that's
don't know.
true. That's true too.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I still like him here. The Jets, man.
Tyrod Taylor, like Tyrod Taylor revenge game.
Oh, that's right, because he's played on every team.
He started his career in Baltimore.
That's right.
Yeah,
Wow.
a long time ago. He was awesome to bet on in the preseason. When he played the entire half. He was great.
I like to bet on him when he was on Virginia Tech.
Oh yeah.
You know who
Yeah.
was their first string was Sean Glennon.
Oh,
I remember
yeah, right.
watching like Virginia Tech games. I don't know what, because it was just back then I was betting college football, and I was like, get Glennon out of here. Like it was like I happened to catch a couple televised Virginia Tech games. Like every time Taylor went in, they did so much better. So
Yeah.
like if a Taylor was starting, I was like, yeah, like, let's take Virginia Tech.
Glennon was so bad, especially in the NFL. It was so horrible. So it looks like this is a pass for us. We did Giants Lions, Patriots Bengals. We don't know who's starting for Cincinnati. So this is really interesting. I thought Joe Burrow was full on Wednesday and Thursday, and then he was limited today. Or I should say Friday. And then Flacco was the opposite. He was limited, but then full on Friday. So that kind of threw me off. So after Thursday, I saw Burrow full and Flacco limited. I'm like, wow, Burrow's going to start this game, right? But now it flipped on Friday. The opposite happened. So I have no idea who's going to start this game. If it's announced before card submission that this is going to be Flacco, I would love the Patriots against an injured Flacco with his bum shoulder throwing to a receiving core with no Jamar Chase. Like he's had his success just targeting Chase nonstop. And like now there's no Chase this week because he's suspended. Also, the Bengals won't have Trey Hendrickson either. Like they're their best defensive player by far. So I like I said, if it's Flacco, I love the Patriots. But if it's Burrow, man, 7 points. I feel Burrow feels like a backdoor cover to me here. So what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I think I like the way you're thinking there, and I think that makes sense. But at the same time, how well is Burrow going to play? How much is he going to have to shake off any rust? I mean, this team is known for slow starts. It's going to take him some time to kind of get back into the swing of it. So that kind of makes me nervous too, especially with Chase and Hendrickson out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know. But this might be Bengals' revenge game for when the Patriots beat them week 1 last year.
I thought you were going to say this is revenge for we're on to Cincinnati.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah,
that's true too. The double revenge. Take the Bengals, man. I don't know. I'd stay away. I'd stay away here.
If it's announced it's flat before 1 o'clock is their submission East Coast time. If it's announced that Flacco's starting and we still get this line is going to rise like to 9.5 or 10 if that happens. If it's announced that Flacco starts and we still get what is in the circa, it is 6.5 in the circa.
Oh wow, okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'd be interested in putting them on maybe.
Okay, so that's something we're gonna have to talk about at the end here. So I'm gonna put them on the maybe pile at New England minus 6.5. Okay. What else have we talked about? Seahawks, Titans, talked about Vikings, Packers, Colts. As big as this game is, we haven't touched on it. Colts, Chiefs.
I'm
leaning Chiefs. Like this seems like a great spot for them, but matchup wise, against Taylor, the Chiefs are not good against the run, and Jonathan Taylor's the other side. That seems rough. And the Colts might be getting Charvarius Ward back. So they're going to have like 2 dynamite cornerbacks on the field potentially. I still will take the Chiefs, but like 3.5 is kind of rough. What do you think?
I love the Chiefs here, man. That line is begging you to take the Colts, man.
I know.
It's just begging you to take the Colts. And I love the spot. I mean, we got a good taste in our mouths after that incredible Jonathan Taylor performance. coming off the bye, it's like, yeah, this could be a 3-point game, and hey, it might be, but ooh, man, that line is begging you to take the Colts. I like the Chiefs here. It seems similar to that game against Detroit.
Detroit. Yep.
And
Detroit.
Detroit is far superior. Well, maybe
Yep.
not far superior, but superior to the Colts.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely. That's slightly superior, I'd say. Yeah. So Bengals have until 4 tomorrow to make Burrow active. Yeah. Fortunately, our card submission is 1:00 Eastern, so we may not know. Hopefully, we know. And then okay, so is this a definite for us then? Because I like the Chiefs too. I'm not as high on them as some other games, but I still like them because you have the like I said, I mentioned this earlier in the week where like I heard multiple podcast people go like, I can't believe the Colts are underdogs to the Chiefs. It's the same thing that we heard with the Lions Chiefs game. They're like, I can't believe the Lions aren't favored. They're like, yeah, people think the Colts should be favored here. So like from that narrative and the spot, the Chiefs seem the right play. I just think that but then again, like Detroit's bread and butter is the run, and the Chiefs still beat them. So it's like the same thing. It's like the same exact game.
Yeah.
It's a dome team coming outside. It's the same thing, same exact game. So yeah,
this is revenge for 3 years ago when the Colts beat the Chiefs. We had the Colts in that game. Remember that one in 22?
Yeah, the Matt Ryan game. Yeah.
Oh my God, that was. I remember the Kansas City. Like, I think Mahomes went out for a little bit, didn't he? I was like, oh, good, we're okay. I think the Colts were plus 5.5, and I think they're up by 4. Were the Chiefs, and then they went to kick a field goal and it hit the upright. And I remember you texted me, bah ha 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 ha. I was like, no way. I was like, this is great. We finally caught a break.
I know. I love catching breaks back then. It was nice because we haven't caught a break for this year. We caught one break in the Battle of Horses, but that's about it.
On my card and on our shared card too on my bookie, which we have 29.5 points, so we're not doing too terrible.
Okay.
But we had the Texans too against the Jaguars, so we caught some breaks there, especially because I had them locked in on my card at +1. We had them at -1, so we got an extra half point with that fluky defensive. The Houston's defense ran into the end zone on the last play.
I know. I was just
otherwise we would have pushed. So
I laughed so hard when that happened because like I had 1 unit on it, and like I was like, yeah, of course I'd rather it reverse, like rather take the Rams one because I had a big play on that one. But yeah, what if it's revenge for the 2014 AFC wildcard game? But Walt has this one stored in his memory. Yeah, the one where Andrew Luck was that meme where he's like Jon Snow like freezing to death.
yeah. Oh man, I remember that game.
Yeah. I know. Okay, so is this definite or maybe? What do you think?
Yeah, we can put it on there. I think we have like 6 definites now, though. So should we just sort through them here?
Well, I think we covered every game. We did Jags Cardinals, we did Browns Raiders, did Falcons Saints. We did not do Eagles Cowboys, and that's the last one. It's our last game.
Okay.
I like the Cowboys here. There's no Lane Johnson. The Eagles without Lane Johnson, completely different team. And they may also not have Cam Jurgens, who's questionable. So they could be down 2 linemen against the Dallas defense that will be better with Quinn Williams and Logan Wilson. Dallas usually beats the Eagles at home. And I don't like to look at these history things, but like it is something, the Eagles, whenever Dak Prescott starts, the Eagles don't win in Dallas. They did last year, but that was Cooper Rush. I would, I would lean Dallas, but I don't know if I'm betting this game. This might be if Jurgens is out in addition to Lane Johnson, this might be a small play in Dallas, but it's not going to be on my card. What do you think?
I don't have really an interest in this one. I would lean Dallas too, but it's just so hard to trust that defense. The Eagles have not been putting any points on the board. I mean, and despite that, they've won 2 games.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They're just kind of they're still winning games, but they still appear to be a shell of themselves. So I don't know. I would lean Dallas here, but I'm probably going to stay away.
Yeah, Mike asking if Dallas can continue its emotional performance like they had last week. Usually it's like a
Yeah,
letdown,
okay.
but this is a big game for them. So I could see them, being on an emotional high for a different reason rather than what they had last week.
Mhm.
Okay, so sounds like this is not on our card then.
I don't think so.
All right, so this is our definites with a star because there are 6 definites here. So we have to decide between 5 of these 6, and then we need I'll explain in a second. So we need Arizona. We like Arizona +3 against Jacksonville, Detroit -10 against the Giants, Minnesota +6.5 at Green Bay, Seattle -13.5 at Tennessee, the Saints -2 versus Atlanta, and then Chiefs -3.5 against the Colts. If this is like one of those game shows on TV where you have to you have to eliminate one.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? What are we eliminating?
Definitely keep Detroit just because of that seems like a free square. I like
Okay.
Arizona and I like Kansas City because both of those lines seem a little sneaky to me. I like those, especially Kansas City at the 3.5 because it's just that seems so easy to take into. It'll be a field goal game at worst if they don't win. So I like. It seems a little too easy to me. So there we go. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Let's go. Go ahead.
I was saying, just recapping, we need to decide 2 or 3 between Minnesota, Seattle, and New Orleans.
Okay, let's go. Let's take Seattle.
Okay.
Because I think, I've yet to see a good game out of Tennessee. I've yet to see, and I'm not just gonna, So it's a big number, but I'm not just gonna say, well, I think, especially after they covered the last 2 games, I think it's more the play on the part of the other team, not necessarily what they've done better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's go with Seattle. I do like New Orleans in the spot too. It feels a lot like that Giants game. So let's put that on there as 4. Wait, or is that the 5th one?
That's 5. So we just.
That's 5. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that. So we'll take Minnesota out of there.
Okay. Now here's our last question. All right, let me just remove Minnesota and put it at the top of the maybe list, I guess. Now, if it's announced that Flacco starts and we switch to New England, which team are we taking out? Is it Seattle or New Orleans?
I say we take out New Orleans if that scenario comes to fruition. So
okay, I will star that.
Okay, perfect.
So here we go. Holmes Hall Heroes for those just want to fast forward to the end. This is our card, barring any changes to injuries or whatnot. Arizona +3, Detroit -10, Seattle -13.5, Saints -2 with an asterisk, so it could be changed to New England, and then Chiefs -3.5.
Sounds good.
All right, we did it. All right,
we did
it. we did it. All right. Any final thoughts for it out? You want to plug anything? Maybe your Twitter?
Yeah. I mean, follow me at Quacky T on Twitter. I haven't been terribly active, but throw out some NHL picks every now and then. I just haven't been. I've just been focused on the Super Contest. So since my card's doing so well, so I haven't really been looking at much NHL. But I just love interacting with you all here on the show and in between the show on the Twitter posts and DMs and whatnot. So. A great time as always, and Walt, thanks for having me, man. Fun time as always.
Wait, Tom, we need to stay on because now that you found us that, Walt, can you please rank all 8 of the playable characters in Final Fantasy 9 for your favorite?
Here we go.
All right, let's break this down. I'm just kidding. Tom's it's a little we're running a little late here. I actually do want to talk about this at some point.
We definitely can.
Yeah,
it's just that I wake up at 6 a.m. for work. Not tomorrow, but I woke up this morning early. I'm beat. So I mean, if you want to, I can always stay off if you.
Oh no! Well, real fast. I mean, I always liked Ico. I remember my final party was the Dane Ico. I can't remember who else. It was so long ago that I played that game. It was such a great game. such a great game. I remember playing for the 25th anniversary. Okay, wow, 25. That's crazy. Completely forgot about the part where Zidane just up and grabs Garnett's ass and goes, "Oh, stop!" Yeah. I watched a replay of it. There's this YouTube streamer. Her name is Costaclism, which sounds kind of dirty, but she's actually really. I think she's great at her playthroughs. She plays Final Fantasy. She plays Resident Evil. I'm watching her Silent Hill 2 remake right now. She's awesome. I love the way she does it. I would recommend checking her out. She's I'll give her a shout out. I think she gets a lot of followers. Doesn't need my shout outs, but let me put this on the screen here. There we go. Yeah, easy on the eyes too. So
yeah,
that definitely helps. So yeah, check her. I strongly recommend checking her out. I think her videos are outstanding. Anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching and commenting. Really appreciate it. We'll be back on Tuesday with Kenny talking about the Week 12 games. Hopefully we go 5-0. Everyone, hopefully our card goes 5-0, Tom, and our Evans card goes 5-0, and my personal card goes 5-0. So, and also Andy's card goes 5-0.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope you guys have a great night, great rest of your weekend, and have fun watching the games. Good luck with all your bets, especially those Browns Raiders defensive touchdowns. And I will talk to you after the Week 12 games.
See y'all later.